Good morning, everybody, and
Good
happy
morning. Good morning.
Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to one and all. I am Shay Forston here with Forston Consultants, along with my amazing husband. And we're here to talk about what we do best, right? And that is independent living facilities. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself fully. I am the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, where we take women that were once homeless to hopeful, utilizing the shared living ILF, which is independent living facility model. Yes, you can do this with a nonprofit structure. Not only am I the founder and president of the Angela Denise Foundation, I am one of the expert consultants and co-founders here at Forston Consultants, where we teach you how to create these housing programs to help better your community. And looking forward to a great morning with you all. We've got some amazing news. We're waiting for all of our family to join us, and then we'll get right into the information. Because listen, you don't want to miss this. So text a friend, tell a friend, send a link, share the room, share the what's this YouTube live to anybody and all that you know. As we've got some amazing announcements to share with you all today. Derek, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So, good morning, everybody. Today is a great day to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. And my name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator of Forston Consultants, along with my wife, Shay. Like my family and I, we go all over the world showing people what this concept is, this independent living facility life is all about. God blessed us many years ago to get into it. And today we actually have trademarked independent living facility. So we're super excited about that. I'm also the founder and thought leader of Second Chance Housing, and that's my personal independent living facility where I also create pathways out of homelessness, and that's by housing folks in what we call a shared living environment or co-living of what, again, we've coined the phrase independent living facilities. And again, guys, that's just simply, most of you have heard of a group home before, right? Most of you guys have heard of that housing program or something that you've always dreamed to do. This is exactly what we teach you all to do, but it does not require a license. You do not have to own the property, and you don't have to pretend to be a nurse or some CNA or LPN trying to pretend to administer medications when you're not supposed to be, right? So again, that's the exciting part about this teaching and what we do. And every Saturday, we've always catered this room to people that want to do this but can't buy a property, rent a property, or lease a property. But I'm excited to say that today is probably the last day that we'll
Don't share it yet.
kind of cater it to that. Don't share it yet,
Don't
Shay?
share it yet. We gotta wait for
Not yet.
all our family to join.
Oh, okay,
I want to
okay.
give it some time.
Okay,
Wait,
well, I'm
let's
gonna give
wait.
it some time because as I said, man, we got a lot of announcements. A lot of things are going to be changing for the better. I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. I don't know when I can announce some of this new stuff, so I'm gonna wait on Shay until she tell me because I got a little list.
I'm
And
trying
I
to
don't want to do it right now until Shay kind of calls a few people in because some of you guys are going to be a part of it. So a lot of you ILF Mastery Blue Print people and the people that have received some of the coaching, you guys are going to be a part of some of this new stuff that we're doing now. So we're excited about it. So I'll pump the brakes on giving out any news.
Yeah, pump those
Again,
brakes,
this
buddy.
room is also about learning and discovering this thing that you've always wanted to do. So we thrive and we live for questions. We love questions. In fact, one of these new things that I'm going to start is going to be surrounded by just you all drilling me with questions, right? Sometimes you guys get shy, but we're going to build a whole platform for it. So again, welcome one, welcome all. And if you guys have any questions of how to start this, how to do it, what is an independent living facility? What does it look like? Does this work in my city? And Derek, why don't I need a license? Right? That's probably one of the top three questions that we always get. And again, that is exactly why we're here. I used to be a social worker, you guys, and that was my role many years ago. So again, this isn't rocket science. I always started by saying that, but I used to be a social worker, barely making ends meet, working 9 to 5, and I always wanted to help people and be involved in real estate. And God allowed us to kind of combine these two things together. So now we sprinkle it all over the world, man, showing people how to start not a group home, but an independent living facility where you can take people from homeless to hopeful, right? And it doesn't require a license or you don't need permission from ACA, DCF, or any of your government agencies, right? So the only requirement to do what we do is a big heart for people. And if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is genius, right? You can't show me anything else to where you can do God's will, you can help people, but you can also involve your love of real estate in it. So again, I always tell people, if you're here, Katara, you probably love real estate. right? Janine, you probably love real estate. That's why you keep coming around us. You probably also like helping people. That's why I say if you want to join that together, that's called an independent living facility. And God bless you, because probably what stopped you in all of these years, you thought you needed a license.
Yeah.
You thought you had to own the property.
Sprinkler systems, generators.
You thought you needed a sprinkler system. Shay and I went and visited a house. What was it, Friday, Shay?
Yeah. No, it was Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Thursday. Yep.
And somebody tried to start an ALF. It didn't work. They also made a huge mistake and signed a 5-year lease. They're tied into this 5-year lease, guys, and now it didn't work, not even 9 months into it. Now this property's up for rent. Guess who may be renting that place now? But that's not the point of this, Shay. The reason why Shay brought this up is to tell you that the lady bought a sprinkler system, $30,000. She put an alarm system in it, $15,000. Specific kind of smoke detectors, not the ones that me and you are going to get, but the ones that the DCF people and all of the government entities told her that she had to get. She had to specialize certain things in that house to make it work to be an ALF. And no fault of her own, probably, but it didn't work for her. Can you imagine putting all of that money into a business and it kind of not work?
Right.
So again, I always tell people the only reason why this wouldn't work is because you didn't put your all into it. I'm gonna say that again. You didn't put your all into it. I heard a guy say yesterday, and I hope I quote this the right way because it didn't come from me. He says 2 things in life are 2 reasons why something won't work for you. Number 1 reason, you probably not supposed to be doing it. God didn't call you to it. Now, it's hard to say that God don't call somebody to something like this because this is ministry, and we're all called to help the poor, the needy, and the widow, and the marginalized. That's in the Bible. That is something that Derek came up with. But he also says that because you didn't put your all into it, you wasn't dedicated enough to it.
Yeah.
And we often say sometimes you didn't put your hand to the plow and allow God to use you to do it. Because if God has put it on your heart, who are you not to make it come true? He's going to give you all the tools and everything that you need and the resources to make it happen. He gave you me, one of the greatest coaches that ever teach it. Gave you Shay, one of the greatest coaches that ever teach it from the standpoint of being a nonprofit. I can't coach you from a nonprofit. Shay can. That's another part of the announcement that's coming later. A lot of y'all are hearing me all the time. I don't coach it from a nonprofit standpoint. My wife does. And we're getting all of these courses. But what about if I was started from a nonprofit? That's going to be a whole nother lane that Shay takes now just completely by herself. Because again, it's a little different.
A lot of
and the business maven, our accountant, will be involved in it. And there's some other things that I'm going to announce. And I see a lot of my ILF Mastery Blue Print people showing up. You guys are going to be a part.
Message, Derek.
Yeah, Uriah, Tiffany, Katara.
We've got big
news. Angela. Who else is here? Is Joanne in here yet?
Not yet. She better get her
all of you ILF Mastery Blue Print people, you guys are going to be a part of one of these announcements that I'm making, like I'm literally going to make today. But I'm going to give it over to Shay because, again, my job is this, especially the new people. And y'all know how much we love new people. I got a whole thing that we're bringing out just for new people. But I want to give it over to Shay because I know Shay introduced herself, but there's a lot of more people here now. Shay just introduced yourself slightly again, but go just more so into that nonprofit, kind of how I leaned in on it, and just take it anywhere you want, Shay, because today it's going to be a little bit different, Shay. We're going to just talk and relax today. So go ahead.
Let's do it. So I'm Shay Forston, Derek's wife, of course, and I am the founder and president.
Yeah, that's not my sister, y'all. I love that girl, like with all my heart. Like I'll kiss her in the face, y'all. That's my wife, not my sister.
Y'all know when we got news because we get chuckled and tickled up in here. But no, I'm the founder and president of the Angela Denise Foundation. And what ultimately swayed my decision to go nonprofit with the ILF model was because we saw the bigger picture of where we wanted the ILF model to go. What we're doing as the Angela Denise Foundation is the exact same thing as you all that are, either wanting to pursue becoming an ILF owner and operator, or those that are. I do exactly the same thing you do. I just have a different entity structure, right? My entity structure is that of a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Why did I choose this model? I chose this model because I saw, like I said before, I saw a bigger picture of where I wanted the ILF model to go. And that was being able to facilitate our own internal funds, right? Being able to be that hub, like, your COCs or your other organizations that can be the hub that obtains a large grant to help housing or facilitate housing. So that was the ultimate number one reason why I decided to go nonprofit, was because I wanted to make sure that when we built out the community, the village of ILF owners and operators, we would also not have to worry about a single source of income or generating revenue for the clients that don't have or need subsidies for their rental income. So that was the reason one that made me go nonprofit, because I was like, you know what, there's probably a way to do this and then do that and then kind of share it throughout the ILFs. And then it was also another opportunity for me to be able to partner with other organizations, right? It looked better. There were some tax benefits that individuals that wanted to give. We always noticed that people would want to donate to Derek and then say, hey, are you a nonprofit? Or they'll ask a question like that. And it would kind of help sway or stir the number or the amount that they gave. So the reason being was, okay, we need to set in position something that's attached to the ILF organization that has an opportunity to obtain funding and then also to redistribute or reallocate those same funds. So that is the reason why I chose to go nonprofit. I know that sounds really geeky and nerdy, but that is how I think.
Yeah.
I have those grandiose thoughts and visions. So I see the end before the beginning, I think, a lot of times. And Derek will tell y'all that. But again, that was one of the reasons why I did the nonprofit structure, as well as to be able to, provide more things to my residents, to my clients through donations. Like you all see the images or on our social media about the spa days and all of that stuff that I get to do for my clients. And that's all based on donations. People can donate hours to my nonprofit, and that allocates that as funding, right? To a certain extent. So that's why I decided to go nonprofit. So
Good
Derek, I
stuff.
think that was a very detailed description.
And also, Shay, just to give them a little bit more insight, because we want to be super transparent, right? And I often tell this story, so if you're new to us, you'll get it for the first time. But Shay just told you kind of why she decided it. She didn't tell you that she worked corporate America for a long time.
Correct. Mhm.
Shay had no clue what this was, y'all,
No.
right? But one day, and it didn't start one day, it was over a span of months, right before COVID shut down the whole world. One day, Shay came home crying, frustrated, and it had built up to like this point, because Shay's not a crier. Shay don't whine. She don't complain much. But this was also kind of a shift in our life. We knew, or at the moment, I'll admit, we kind of didn't know. But we saw later that, man, this was God shifting Shay from corporate America to help me. I was becoming so busy at Second Chance Housing because I had left my job by now. Shay came home crying, frustrated, and literally we built the Angela Denise Foundation on paper. Shay, if I'm lying,
Yeah.
you'll tell me.
And I went right back to work after
We
you were
came
done.
home. That paper had tear marks on it from Shay crying.
Yeah.
And as we're both there praying and talking and encouraging each other, I'm trying to encourage her because I'm working my thing. But I'm also saying, Shay, I need your help.
Yeah.
Second Chance Housing is getting big. Shay, you're more the administrator. Like, I'm the guy that'll come to you with a 1,000-piece puzzle and throw it on the table and say, hey, Shay, now this is a great idea, but we got to put it together.
Yeah.
That's what Shay is good at. Shay's got an MBA, y'all. So I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I'm a thought leader, and I can come up with some great ideas, but I need somebody to help me put it together. That's what Shay does. So when Shay came home crying that day, we built the Angela Denise Foundation on paper. And Shay was like, you know what, Derek, you got a LLC already. Why not me get the nonprofit? Now, I'll admit that day, we didn't kind of know that was genius.
We didn't.
We found out about 6 to 8 months later, because everybody that we would present this in front of, they thought Shay and I was a genius. You guys do the same thing, and she's nonprofit, and you're for-profit, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So now we can give the advice when people say, well, which one should I start? Oftentimes, Shay will tell people, don't get all caught up in the glitz and glam of being a nonprofit.
Please don't.
You should probably get an LLC, which is fast and affordable. and then build your nonprofit as you're working along the way, because there's so much that goes into building that nonprofit. But again, back to the original story, Shay did what we call move at the speed of instruction. Even in her crying and her down moment, it was me picking her up by her shirt, saying, Shay, let's go. Picking Shay up by her shirt, say, hey, babe, we got to come up with a plan. That's you husband's job. You boyfriends out there, you booze, the male species, that's your job, is to lift your woman up. A lot of women come into what we do, but if you're a male right now, your job is, when you see that in your female, lift her up and support her. How you think the Angela Denise Foundation got started and funded? Because I already had second chance housing. Back to the story. They moved at the speed of instruction and let an event cause her to say, man, you know what? I got to make a decision. What am I going to do? And lucky for us, because we always believe in prayer and that God is leading us by his spirit. We had no clue that COVID-19 was going to shut the whole world down. And Shay probably was going to get laid off anyway.
Listen, the funny thing about it was this. I wouldn't have gotten
what a
laid
story,
off.
Man. I don't think we talk about that
Let
enough.
me show you. I don't think I wouldn't have gotten laid off. That wouldn't have been it. But my whole staff, all of my staff did. And I knew this because I was interacting and I was well engaged. Throughout that time frame. What Derek didn't tell you is the reason. I'm going to tell y'all the reason why I was so stressed out. I was in charge of a $9.5 million construction project that affected two of the biggest money making departments in this organization, and the president of the organization literally told me, "This is outside of budget. We are not stopping operations in neither one of these departments. So figure it out." And he said it very lovingly. Love the guy. To this day, I can go up to him and just give him a hug. We have a great relationship to this day. But that was his look. The look in his eyes were like, if I'm going down, you're going down right along with me, sis. And so that's what it was. And we got over that. The project was done. And then another project, because of the way God really covered me and graced me to get through that project, another project fell in my lap by mistake. Because I found an error in the C-suite's opportunity, their layout, their delivery, what they were trying to do went outside of all. They would have got hosed, put it that way. This whole organization would have really got in trouble because of the way they were going to do this project. And I literally went in and I had 48 hours to redo this whole project. And it landed in my lap. And I was just like, because I spoke up and I was like, we can't do this. So ultimately, when I said that, was able to kind of muscle through that by the grace of God. But right at the end of that, I had I'm going to call it a mad surgeon that was not pleased with my abilities to do what I did. He was disgruntled. He was he went to administration and hollered about anything I said or did. And it got to the point that it was like, Shay, I get angry really quick. And I was on my way to work and everybody's calling me, administration, my director, the people under me, my supervisors that are, beneath me. And they're like, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. We need you. We need you. We need you. I jumped off the highway. Well, not jumped off the highway. I got off at my exit. I got to the exit of where I worked and I turned around. I called my director. I said, you know what? You deal with it. That's why you get paid all this money. I don't. I'm going home. And I went home. I came home and I was like, I can't take this anymore. I called because Derek, your mom was here. And it just so happened that she went home that day to go do something. And I'm thinking she's going to be there. So I'm like, at least I can talk to mom because Derek, I know he's at the ILFs. And it just so happened that when I pulled up to our property, Derek pulled up and we met like this. We came through two separate gates of our community and we met just like this. And he just saw me. And when I looked at him, I just broke. And I was like, I can't do this. I said, I asked Derek how many hours I would work. Y'all, I would leave home at 5 o'clock and I wouldn't get home until 11. I would work hours. Sometimes I would work and come home for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then go back.
Get a call and you have to go back.
It's
but
wild.
Hey, Tiffany, when she came home that last time, Tiffany, I said, that's it. And Tiffany, did I have it all the way figured out? Nope. No. Did I think that I could support both of us? Nope.
Mm-mm.
But to see my wife or my family member, for some of you all go, because Shay is my family, to see my family go through what Shay was going through, and I knew Tiffany, I could have swore God had better for us because he had and gave me this housing program. And Shay was like, well, what I'm gonna do, Derek? I don't know this stuff. I said, well, you gonna house the women, Shay. I said, this is already running, Shay. I already do this. As of today, I'm no longer housing women.
And I was
Shay didn't have a house. She didn't have a lease. She didn't kind of have like, other than the name that we had picked out, because she thought about her mom. And I'll let her tell you the story of how she thought of the name. But other than the name, guys, we didn't really have it. But again, we spoke these things that are not as though they were, and we moved at the speed of instruction from something that happened. So something that bad happened, we sat at the table. As I told you, tear marks are on the paper. I think we still have that paper, Shay, where we begin to write the vision of what Shay would do if she ever leave this place, which I was already saying, Shay, it's time to go. I'm almost drowning in a good way because I'm getting so busy. So number one, when people say, well, Derek, what's the first step? Shay just kind of said it in a long way. You got to make a decision. And Shay, talk about your decision making, but also tell them, even round it out. Well, how do you think of that name of the Angela Denise Foundation?
So decision making first. Even though that happened that day, I heard what Derek said. We wrote the vision, but I knew what I was used to. I knew my strengths. I was a problem solver and
which is what I
implementer,
needed.
right?
I didn't know what I was doing, Tiffany.
I was a problem solver and an implementer. I was a strategist, right? I was able to, even though that was not my role, like my role was geared to the OR. And my role really evolved, and I was like, man, like, God, you are really using me in this role. And believe me, y'all, I didn't apply for this job. I had another job. Somebody quit, and they were like, hey, you've got the masters. Can you take over these departments for us temporarily until we find someone? I'm like, I'll pray about it. And was convicted at church through a sermon where I wanted to crawl underneath the seats because I was like, no. I gave my yes. Ask Derek. I gave my yes on the deadline day. That was a Monday. I went to church on Sunday and I said, okay, I'll do it. 4 years later, it was a lot, but I know why God positioned me. But I knew my time was running out, and I knew it that whole year. A friend of mine who was my prayer partner at work, she was like, I don't see you here long. And I'm like, I know, me neither, but I'm not ready to let go. I was not. Shay was not ready to let go. And sometimes God will put you in a position to be frustrated to the point that you will leave. And I knew, I said, God, I can't leave this place.
Read the chat on the screen, Shay, in terms of what you just said.
Yeah. Though. Yep. Yes, I had to. It was like, go walk on water. And that was something like, he was like, I'm sick of telling you, come out of the boat and come here to me. And he was like, I'm gonna push you in the water. How about that? And then I'll help you get up. But ultimately, I made that decision. I'm grateful for that decision, but I knew I didn't want to leave in anger. So when that day came that Derek and I sat down and talked, I knew if I left that day, it would be wrong. If I left even that week, it would not sit right. So I prayed and I asked God, well, help me to make a decision. So I did. I gave them 90 days notice. And everybody thought I was joking.
Yeah.
They were like, Shay, you aren't going nowhere. I'm like, listen, I got to go. I went to an administrative meeting with all the CEOs, the president, and I was like, listen, guys, I got to go help my husband over here do something else. And they were all like, you'll be back. You'll be back.
The devil is a liar.
My last day of work, I promise you not. I was in my department. It was March 31st. And it was a weird day to do it. I was just like, March 31st, whatever. And I got called to the OR because the president of the hospital was at the OR desk giving a meeting to all of the departments. And I walked in and he looked at me. And this is early COVID, so the 6 feet, all of that was happening. And he was like, I could care less. He took off his mask and he grabbed me and hugged me. And he said, you made being a new president of an organization fun, easy, and still challenging. And he says, I don't know what we're going to do without you. And then he looked at everybody and he says, with that being said, you picked the right time to leave. because as of today, we will no longer be able to do any elective surgeries. As of today, that was at 4 p.m. So he says, starting the next day, y'all are coming in to clean, declutter, start moving stuff that are getting ready to expire out, and blah, 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 blah. We're shutting down. And I just took a deep breath and I said, I hear you, God. And I walked to my car in tears because I knew God said, door closed. Now it's time to walk into what God has for you. And I mean, I'm trying not to break right now, but I knew it because God closed the door. And I thought I was stressed before. I stayed on, guys, for call purposes. I was available to them for over a year, even after March 31st. Ask Derek. Because they thought I was joking. Guess what they never did? They never posted my position and they never had anybody fill in. So the people that were under me, my supervisors, who I allocated as supervisors, I had to train them in everything I did. And those were the only two that stayed. Those were the only two out of that whole department, Derek, that stayed employed during COVID. They were the only two that stayed employed during COVID.
Lucia eventually left through our encouragement, and now she owns her own business.
She owns 2 businesses.
She's so excited about that.
And again, like it was a God opportunity. But long story short, the Angela Denise Foundation came from my mom. Like, who was my mom? My mom was somebody I used to tell Derek stories before my mom passed about after my mom passed, excuse me, about growing up, how there was never an empty spot in our house where someone could rest their head. There were times that my mom took people in. There was a neighbor I remember that was on drugs, was strung out on drugs, was pregnant and had a baby. My mom took in her kids when they rushed in and took her to the hospital. I remember that. I remember I've got a lot of brothers and sisters, y'all, that did not come from my mama or my daddy. Just put it that way. And it was all because my mom's heart was always to house, to help. And when I really positioned myself, not even knowing, I was like, the Angela Denise Foundation, why not name it after my mom, right? And that's the logo. The logo is actually, you may not be able to know, this is not the right one, but the logo is my mom's silhouette. It's a image of my mom from Derek and I's wedding pictures, actually. And I just said, why not continue what she's always done? When I go home to Bermuda, everybody's like, Shay, we miss your mom so much. Oh, when I just need somebody to talk to, I used to call your mom. Oh, I miss calling Angie. Oh, I need Angie. Oh, this situation. Oh, this circumstance. I wish your mom was here. And I'm like, when I go to Bermuda, it's a breath of fresh air, but it's also like, man, like the impact of what my mom did, and why not, what better way to keep that going than by creating something that can outlive Derek, myself. It already outlived my mom, right?
That's powerful.
It outlived the matriarch of it, and that's Angela, or Angie, as she
Notice
would
what
say.
she said, y'all. Like, she's building something that will outlast me, her, and her mom, who's already
Yeah.
gone. That's real business, and that's a real ministry, guys, when you can build something that outlasts you. We said that tons of times, but
Yeah.
I like the way Shay has just wrapped that up into what she just said. Think about that one more time, really slowly. Think about building something, a business, a
Yeah.
ministry that will outlast you.
Yep.
I love that.
Because it's
Keep it
already
going, Shay.
outlived.
I
It's
love that.
outlived my mom already,
Yeah.
right? When I go home, I look at the impact that she's made on people, and the fact that I can go back to Bermuda, and my sister, y'all, my younger sister looks just like my mom. I'm talking
Oh
about
man.
when she comes here, I will
It
call
hurts to look at her sometimes because she looks so much
like
like
my
Miss
mom.
Angie. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's times like when my mom first died, I would just crawl up in the bed next to my little sister and just lay on her. And she'd be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Because you look just like mom." But they have that in my sister, but her personality is nothing like my mama's, okay?
Shay, do the people a favor real quick while you're still on it, because I
Yeah.
still, because they love this story, Shay, by the way, and I'm glad that we're doing it, because if you see the chat, they love this. But still
Sure.
wrap it up to a teaching moment, because somebody's still wondering, Shay, this sounds great. What should I start, Shay? Just give me an answer. Should I go nonprofit or should I start an LLC, which is faster and quicker? What's your opinion, Shay?
Honestly, I'm gonna say you have to write your vision. You have to know exactly what is your end goal, right? Just know this too. When it comes to a nonprofit organization, remember you want to surround yourself with the right people because ultimately they will dictate a lot of your decisions. They are your board of directors. So if you've got people that are out there to get you, like I watched a young lady, Derek, when as I was building my
Yeah.
nonprofit, they thought it was fun and wanted to build one too. And I watched two best friends go ham, and one best friend stole the nonprofit.
Mm.
Hello, because she swung the board. She swung the board. She manipulated the board. So you've got to make sure that you are strategic in what you're doing, know what you're doing, consult with people that know what they're doing, so that way you can make the best decision for yourself. A nonprofit organization, for the person that says they want to go nonprofit, know that it is truly a heart's work and it is a ministry. You will get paid last, if not at all. So this is not something that you're going to do to make a quick fix. I know during COVID, a lot of people like a lot of people started getting nonprofits because they saw money coming from the government. And a lot of those nonprofits don't even exist no more. They lost their 501c3 status. They don't even like a lot of people are shipwrecked because they spent a lot of time during COVID doing some research, finding other people that were doing the same thing, and they did not have the longevity. So I tell people all the time, if you're going nonprofit, make sure you know before you go. That's a whole segment here on our YouTube channel
Yep.
that you can find out what that means. Like, what should you know before you go nonprofit? The fact of the matter is that anytime you take money from the federal government, there will be a whole bunch of rules, regulations, and attachments, a lot of strings attached. So you want to be mindful of that. Grants are not something that come freely and come freely. They come with expectations, and you have to follow those expectations. So nonprofit, less rules, other than the ones you've got to deal with on the annual basis by by your government entities or oversight agencies. But when it comes to nonprofit, lots of rules that you will get to make, that your board would have to approve on, but just be knowledgeable. Go and follow some nonprofit organizations. Go volunteer. Volunteer in the office. Volunteer with the president. Go to their board meetings. Kind of find out what really happens in a nonprofit setting, so that way you can prepare yourself to becoming a nonprofit, because it's nothing like it. I'm going to be honest. The first 2 years of the Angela Denise Foundation, I did nothing with it because I was like, I don't even know where to start.
Just being honest, right?
I'm being very honest. I applied for some small grants. I saw a young lady that we were personally coaching that had a nonprofit agency, organization. And I'm like, okay, how long will this survive? That individual partnered with somebody that we're close to, and I found out that she was in an upside down mess in her nonprofit organization. So where had this individual not stepped in, they would have taken all of her credentials.
Mm.
And she would have owed a lot of people some money. So it's all about, and I'm not saying this I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I want people to be mindful, because a lot of people are like, well, I can get federal government funds and administration can take 20%. Yes, but you have to be really suitable and prepared to receive that $50,000 grant, that $100,000+ grant. You have to have the infrastructure, because at any given time, someone can come in and audit your books. And if those programs that you say that money is allotted to don't exist, God bless you. I'll be praying for you. So again, it's just making sure you make the right decision, doing the work. For people that have those questions about nonprofits and want to sit down and talk, I have no problem with doing that. I can make that alive in our ILF Mastery group. Y'all let me know by putting yes, let's do a nonprofit in your group chat, and
And
a
also
conversation, and we
read
can do
what's on
that.
the screen, Shay. After you read it, I want to comment about that.
Wow.
Read it out loud, not
Wow.
to
I'm sorry.
yourself, Shay. There's people that are still
I'm
working
sorry, my
today and
bad.
moving around the house with earphones on, so
It says
they don't
Shay.
see
My bad. Shay,
it.
you are the first person I've heard talk about a nonprofit with expertise. Thank you.
Now, what I want to say about that, even before Shay chimes in the comment, is about her. What's so powerful about that comment is that Shay just kind of said it. It's the longevity of her being in it. She told you the first 2 years, she didn't even really know what she was doing. But because Shay has been in it so long and learning the bumps and bruises of it, and her accountant also has ran and operated and accounts for nonprofits.
Listen, y'all.
How genius is that?
My accountant made me take a 6-week course.
Lynette is very well versed in it.
My accountant, and I was ready to pull every strand of my hair out, y'all. It was bananas. We did a course on grants. The lady was amazing. She is a phenomenal grant writer. She has been awarded billions of dollars in grant funding. By several different nonprofit huge Fed level nonprofit organizations, and her information was out of this world, and I learned so much. And I don't take it for granted that I took the class, but I said to Derek, "You ain't got to worry about me writing a grant. I don't have the time nor the patience. I won't waste my time, my energy, or efforts. And I don't mean that in a
knowing
bad
what
way.
you're good at is what I'm hearing Shay say.
The part.
She's knowing what she's good at and where her time is most valuable, and is not writing grants.
So, prime example, at the end of this course, you guys, I had to write a grant. And let me tell you something. Me and Lynette, that was our homework. By the time we finished this course, we had to have a full grant for it was like $1 million. She prepped us for a $1 million grant from the government, and we had to have it done. Let me tell you, y'all, ask Derek. I was in this office, and in the wee hours of the night, the research, let me show you something. If you do not know how to research for a grant, forget it. You will spend 7 months trying to figure out what you're looking for. If you think keywords for SEO is hard, try grant funded. Try looking for keywords for grants. God bless you.
Yeah.
I promise you. Yeah. It was difficult, but ultimately I got a great experience out of it. I had a lot of fun learning the information that I learned. And not only did I learn about grants, I learned about the importance of your organization, your foundation, making sure that it was secure. She caused me to really think. And I'm so great for Miss Witcher. Like, she was amazing.
Big shout out to Miss Witcher too.
She was amazing. But listen, go before you go. Don't join the hype. A lot of people started grants because they were like, "Oh, well, I'm a create a summer day
Maybe
camp."
post that link of that, because you taught
a lot about it.
I can't remember if it was a series or just a long video, but Shay has this thing on YouTube called Know Before You Go, and it's all about nonprofit type stuff.
Yeah.
Back on you, Shay.
But again, so that was, I know that was a lot, but those were the reasons why I went nonprofit. Those are some of the things that I've learned since becoming a nonprofit. What I love about it is every year brings its new challenges. Like this year, I am restructuring my board. I am taking my time in doing so because I want to make sure I choose the right people. Some of my board members will stay with me, but I do want to add some. I want to add an additional few because I noticed that some of my members are, they are there to be silent members, and I want them there as silent members, right? Again, I'm not going to have my board loaded against me. I'm going to load it against y'all, just so you know. But again,
but Shay, that's powerful how, like, some people, and I'm sure you guys were in this room, that girl didn't know that her own board could override her. Let's take a vote on that. Because, guys, when Shay told me this, I was astounded, if that's the right word to use.
Because remember, I came straight up to you and I was like, what?
I had no clue that. Miss Williams, did you know that if you start a nonprofit and you don't set up the right way, that your own board can overtake you and kick you out? Yeah. Can I get 6 people to say, I didn't know that? Be honest, because I didn't know.
Bro, you can be the full founder and nothing on your board.
Can I get 6 people just real quick before we go any further, Shay? I want to see if it's at least 6 people. Now, if it's more than y'all, great. But can I get 6 people to admit that you didn't know that? Please give me 6 people.
When she called me and she called me boohoo crying. She was like, I got a letter in the mail certified. Wow. She said they had a board meeting. They called the board meeting. She said it was on a day that she was unable to make it. And And they were like, the board voted, they went to a vote, and because of the way the bylaws
Like,
were
are you
written,
serious? Like, guys,
but
like,
listen to the key word, the way
wow.
listen to what I said,
Katara said, I didn't know that.
the way her bylaws were written, just a mere vote, a mere vote, a mere vote.
From the other 4 or 5 people that got on the phone call without you, you started it, you built it, you branded. Katara, I had no clue that could happen.
It can.
And this is one of those stories nobody had to tell us about it. Shay know these girls. Shay watched these 2 best friends fall out over this.
They started. I was.
Thank y'all for everybody that's admitted in the chat, because again, that's the best way to learn is just being transparent.
I had
I didn't know that.
Like I immediately,
my LLC is my LLC,
bro.
Nobody can take my LLC. You serious?
And this is where people get it wrong.
Wow.
Can I tell you something? I don't have a nonprofit. I founded a
This
nonprofit.
The other part I didn't understand, that Shay don't own her nonprofit.
A nonprofit has no ownership.
I'm like, what do you mean I don't own it, Katara?
So prime example.
Janine, what does that mean?
You're responsible for it.
Go ahead, Shay. That's crazy.
You have responsibility for it, right? But to say ownership, right? No. And a nonprofit is owned by the community it serves, because the community is going to put the demand on what they need from a real. This ain't no flaky nonprofit. This is a nonprofit that is doing right and doing well by their community. Your community will dictate the sphere that you choose to serve with your organization. Will help they have more ownership than you, because they're going to make or break your nonprofit, right? If you stand up and say you're going to do this, and this for this community, or for this people, or this group of individuals that you claim to serve.
Because we're nonprofit, guys, you have to have a mission. That's what Shay's talking about. Go ahead, Shay.
You have to, and that mission has to be, in order to maintain your 501c3 status. They've got to see in your financing, in your vision, in your website, in your social media, in everything. They're going to look into this stuff to make sure you're doing what you're doing, right? Are you living by the standard of your nonprofit, of your organization? So ultimately, let's say I start posting about something completely outside of what I said my mission is. When it's time for renewal, forget it. Forget it. They're going to say you're not even working close to within your vision, within your mission. So your organization has to be doing the work.
You said you was going to help women and children. Now you started a dog kennel.
Right.
We can't give you money for that. You posting every day about saving puppies.
Exactly.
That's not what your original mission was when you wrote into this grant.
So ultimately, like I said, so when I say ownership, right? Don't take it the wrong way. Do I own all the documents for the Angela Denise Foundation? Yes, they're right here in this purple, pretty nice folder that the government gives you with a little personalized seal stamp and all of that stuff. I have it. It's in my care. I am the founder, but ultimately the goal is a nonprofit should never die. A nonprofit goes from generation to generation.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
A nonprofit goes from, board president to board president, as long as it's within the guidelines of the bylaws. So your bylaws need to really replicate what you're doing. And it needs to, like, prime example, next year it's a year for upgrading your bylaws, right? Because our organization is doing more. We're building more. We're positioning ourselves to do more in the community. So that's why you want to, as you grow, you have to make sure that you are modifying your bylaws. You are modifying the things that run and rule your organization. You've got to make sure that you bring in the right partners on your board. My board consists of a surgeon. My board consists of a pastor. My board consists of, I have different people on my board. I don't
teaching moment right here. And she's saying it already. Yeah. Your board is not consisting of your homegirl, your cousin, and your 2 brothers, because they were the closest people around. Yeah, first mistake Shay made. I'm about to give Shay a live example of a book she needs to write now, because Shay is literally today writing a book. She don't even know it. Shay needs to write a book similar to the one that I'm about to put out here in about 15 days. the 15 dumbest mistakes I made when starting my own nonprofit program, or whatever the wording is. Because one thing that she just said was very vital to me that I just heard. They revamped her board from the beginning because she did it too. She picked a home girl, another home girl, some cousin, and nobody has the buy-in and has Shay vision like Shay does. But the surgeon, the nurse, the lawyer, the consultant, the accountant now, oh, they love this and back in shape 100%. Yeah. So let's not build your board with just people that you know just because you know them. Build it with people that can bring value. Yeah. Back on you, Shay. I love this talk today.
It's shared ownership, right? The board is going to share in ownership. The board members are going to be able to carry the torch when you are unable to do so, or when I'm not positioned to be able to do so. And that's what I'm looking for this year is for my really strong board leadership that I can say, hey, I'm going to pick on somebody. Hey, Katara, there's an event at such and such on such and such. Can you go and represent the Angela Denise Foundation? I'm going to be in Tallahassee. Or I'm going to be in Bermuda. Can you go and represent the Angela Denise Foundation, kind of speak on our behalf, let them know what we're doing, who we are in the community. That's where you have to be confident in your board. I get you. I bet you a lot of people don't know this. Most of your larger organizations, you have to pay dues annually to sit on the board. Mm. You have to pay dues. So like my accountant was like, why nobody's paying dues to be on the board? I was like, huh?
All the things you didn't know, Shay. Think of all of these things, Shay, that you're naming that you didn't know, but now you do because you moved at the speed of instruction and now you're in it. Yeah. Guys, a lot of times you don't learn the thing until you get in it.
You don't.
Back on you, Shay.
Yeah, so you don't stop because you don't know it. But again, just build a qualified board, know what you're standing for, know that, ultimately your organization, yes, even though you sign the papers, you make sure all of the annual renewal fees and stuff are paid and all of that. Ultimately, the ownership of your board is going to be the people that dictate the need, especially the ones that you vowed to serve. And if they see that you are not serving them, they can make complaints. Oh, they a 501c3, but they ain't helped me do nothing. They can form complaints.
And who's forming that complaint, Shay?
The community that you've set up.
So
and I'm not talking about and I'm not talking about where you live community. I'm talking about the community that you vowed to serve in your board. The community, those that you said you are going to serve or service.
Meaning if you said you're going to house the homeless or women that are battered, you meaning that? Okay.
That is your community.
Community of people.
So they are the ones that have full buy-in and ownership. So prime example, a quiet nonprofit can be quiet all at once and never do anything. But ultimately, when you stop or you don't start filing, like every year I have to file 990s. I have to file a whole bunch of stuff. And if they don't see anything happening in my organization, why are they going to help me maintain my 501c3 status? When there's 17 other people in my state that are looking to obtain 501c3 status, they'll kick me away, not me, but they'll remove your 501c3 status and give it to another organization that's promising to do better in the community. So just know it's a lot that you have to learn. And this is something that I would love to talk more about, Derek, but I don't want to hold up. I know everybody.
This whole recording, in my opinion, like this is a masterclass to me because I don't know how we got here. Is obviously God led and people need to hear it. But if you guys play this back, this is actually a masterclass and or an ebook. So Shay, we're gonna get our team of VAs to kind of either, I don't know if we're gonna take this down, but I do want you to go further with people in this. That's going to also fall into our good news that we'll share later. But I already see a book out of what you just spoke on today, because obviously you spoke on a lot of stuff, Shay, that people just simply don't know because they're not in it.
A lot of things.
Guys, I live with Shay. We sleep in the same bed together, and I don't know half of this stuff. Because even though we have the same ministry, guys, I'm an LLC. Shay's a nonprofit. So it's completely different in terms of how it works. Really quick, because we just kind of fire hosed y'all. I want to do a quick room reset just really fast. If you just joined us, God bless you. If you've never met us, we're Forston Consultants. My beautiful wife, who's done pretty much all the talking today from the nonprofit standpoint, her name is Shay. She runs a nonprofit organization by the name of Angela Denise Foundation. I have a housing program, which is an LLC, not all those rules like Shay. That's called Second Chance Housing. We teach you all from Forston Consultants, right? How to start your own housing program that where you can take people from homeless to hopeful, and it doesn't require a license.
Absolutely.
It doesn't require for you to own the property. So again, this is different from a group home. This is not a group home. These are independent living facilities, which again, you can create pathways out of homelessness and take people from homeless to hopeful, and you do not need a license. You do not have to buy the property. And everything that we're talking about this today starts with the webinar. We're going to show you a little bit about that. Then we're going to go back to Shay to kind of continue this talk. Well, we got a lot going on. We ain't even got to the good news yet. But if you have questions about a nonprofit, starting this as a nonprofit, or just general questions about this, let us know. Type it in the chat and we'll be glad to address it. Give us 2 seconds and we'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Just to let you know really quick, everything that you're listening to right now, I actually have it in a more structured way in a webinar. So when you guys get done here, go to forstonconsultants.com, click the tab that says webinars, and there's 2 webinars there. One is for you to be the actual ILF operator, meaning that you want to do it. And then the other one is the HRA. That stands for Housing Referral Agency, where you're able to take people from homeless to hopeful, and you actually don't need the real estate. It stands for Housing Referral Agency, and we call it a business in a box. But definitely go to forstonconsultants.com, watch both of those webinars, then set up a free strategy call with me and my team, and let's see how we can get you started. Back to the show.
Welcome back.
All right. So again, man, thank y'all so much for being here. We super appreciate it. This is the room where you guys learn how to start your own housing program, hopefully an independent living facility and not a group home. Because again, this does not require a license and you don't have to own the property. And right now, today, I don't know how we got there, but we're talking a lot about doing this from the standpoint of a nonprofit organization versus an LLC. Ms. Shay, back on you.
Yeah, so I do want to talk about something. I saw a lot going on in the chat from Uriah, and I just wanted to encourage Uriah with what he just said. Derek, I don't know if you saw what he said. Actually,
I'm looking at everything in the chat. Yep.
He said, first and foremost, I've been praying about starting some much needed ILFs in Dallas, and I think this is necessary. Sometimes, like I said earlier in that conversation, is God will cause you to shift in order to push you into your purpose. You know, I don't think it's the prayer is been answered. I think now it's the provision is what you need to pray for. Provision, favor, relationships. And by that, I believe God will position you to have the right people to surround you to help you get to what you need. So right now, I'm going to pray for you. And I pray, God, that you would open doors for housing, Lord, Father God, for Uriah so that he can start this good work that you have already ordained for him, Lord. I pray that you would, again, let him find favor, whether it's with investors, Lord Father God, or let him find favor with tired landlords, Lord Father God, so that he can go forth and do your will in the earth. So, Father, we rebuke the devourer right now over anything, any stumbling block, any wall, Lord Father God, that has been built to cause him to stumble and fall. Father, that would try to come against him and cause him to be swayed or navigate away from what you are calling him to do. So, Father, right now, we thank you for doing a great work. Father, I thank you that next week, Father, we put a demand, this Holy Week, Father, we put a demand on the bloodshed on Calvary's cross, Lord,
Amen.
Father God, that will give us divine access to the things that you have ultimately orchestrated for our will in our thing to do in the earth, our purpose in the earth. So, Father, right now, I pray in the name that is above all names,
Amen,
for divine favor, that next week we will hear testimonies, Lord Father God, of how Uriah had doors open on his behalf. So, Father, we stand under this crowd of witnesses, putting a demand on your word, Father God, for the life of Uriah and for the plan and the purpose that you have already presented before him, Lord Father God, that you've ordained before the foundation of the earth. So, Father, I thank you now that it is already done and that it is completely completed. So, Father, we bless you, we praise you, and we glorify you in Jesus' name. Amen. So I know what that looks like, Uriah, to be somewhat frustrated out of your norm to go into what God has ordained you to go into, and don't lose focus. Don't lose sight of the end goal and just keep pressing forth. Ask God for creative ideas. He'll give you creative ideas to obtain those properties. For us, we've done it in a multitude of ways, and I believe that the same thing that happened for us will happen for you. So I just wanted to do that.
Good
Um,
stuff. Love it.
and
Live
ultimately,
prayer.
yeah,
I absolutely love it. Any questions, any concerns about anything that's been talked about so far? Obviously, we've talked a lot about
nonprofit.
nonprofit.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of great news to give you all. I'm gonna wait till Shay
I
tell
want
me
to
that
say
we're okay
something.
to
Yeah.
do it. But again, if you guys have any questions, I know that today is a lot of you guys listening. But if you have any questions, guys,
Come in the chat.
remember what Shay did, right? She came home crying. We moved at the speed of
Moved
instruction.
at it.
She asked me a lot of questions, and we came up with a plan that now today she's able to explain it because of what happened 3 or 4 years ago.
Yep.
Okay, Shay?
Yeah. One of the things I do want to say about the nonprofit, having a nonprofit organization. Wow, Uriah, you better read that, brother. There we go. Wow. See, God opens doors, sir, immediately. So, anywho, God, do what you do.
Absolutely. And the greatest part about Uriah, he's an ILF Mastery Blue Print member. So
Yeah.
he's got the coaching, he's got us. It's just doing something that we used to talk about when my brother Otis was around. Pivot, Pivot. Sometimes you have to pivot. And I'm even share with Uriah what a man of God spoke over me and Shay this week. And I believe that when God speaks something positive, you can take it for yourself too. It don't just mean for me and Shay. But this week, a man of God that's close to us and a part of our life and our ministry at our church text us literally and said something like this. And I'm gonna paraphrase it because I don't want to. No, Shay actually has it.
I have it.
And I don't mind if Shay reads it.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll get it.
But the gist of it, Uriah, is kind of what I just said. When you got to pivot, don't think it's the enemy or something that's not working. It's God often pushing you into another area. Something like what Tiffany talked about earlier in the chat as Shay was speaking. That was God trying to push Shay out of the boat. Read it, Shay.
He said, sometimes when things dry up or something changes, it's not always Satan. It could be God redirecting you to something better.
Lord have mercy. Put your hands together if you like that. So again, God is no respecter of person. Yes, that word was for us, but if you're a believer and you believe in God, you also need to take that word for yourself. So some of y'all in this room today, you don't even have to type it in the chat. Yeah. You're going through a change or something seems like it's not working. That's a part of our announcements today. And it's not even that it ain't working. Sometimes it's just time to pivot, guys. Yeah. And when you hear it from God, that's when you're going to really see it make sense and it's all going to work out. So again, we were praying for something all week long. And how great is it that God will whisper in your ear through somebody else to speak into your life? No different, you're right, like Shay just spoke into your life with the same situation. And that's what happened with us. So I believe that for all of you guys. Okay. So again, back on you, Shay. Anything else?
Hold on.
Oh, and I'm so sorry. We still haven't welcomed our new people. If you're completely new to us, you've never heard of us, we want to know about it. So text the word new because we got a free gift for you. Text the word new to 407-326-0086. I'll also put it on the screen. But if you're new to us, text the word new to 407-326 0086, and I want to send you a free gift that's going to continue your learning and continue breaking down what this is, but also give you a chance to get on the phone with somebody from me or my team so that we can talk to you about getting you started. Yeah. One more time, text the word new to 407-326-0086, and we got a free gift for you. Also type it in the chat because I just want to also shout you out. Miss Shay?
Yeah, so one more last thing, and then I think we should go into those announcements.
Good stuff.
So another thing that I wanted to inform you all about the nonprofit structure when you're doing the housing. No, unfortunately, Miss Lisa, he's not. We've actually did have a few conversations with him, but
who's that?
Remy. So yeah, he's not. Yeah, but we've had some great conversations with him though.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
He actually and big shout out to Remy. He actually gave us a lot of credit for
yeah.
learning it and just getting the idea and the concept. Remy is actually a great example of people that I talk about all the time
Yes.
that come in this room that just hear it and may not need the coaching, but they get it
Yeah.
enough to be able to move at the speed of instruction to do it.
And he pops
So
in on our
yeah.
Instagram lives
So
a
he's
lot.
giving
Yeah.
us credit and I appreciate him for that. But yes, he did not take the coaching, but I'm hearing he's doing really well with that. So
Yeah.
I personally don't know, but I'm hearing he's doing really well.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
yep,
have to just reach out to see how
absolutely.
he's doing. But yeah, again, with the nonprofit organization, I think a lot of people just prepare your mind to learn and grow if that is something that you want to do. Just know that it's gonna take a lot of education and being around people that are well informed about nonprofit organizations to help you to become the best nonprofit organization that you want and can be. Um, I literally like told Derek the other day, I took in for what last week I took in over $10,000 worth of donations. Um, and that was a blessing, but it's also because people see what we're doing. They see the consistency in what the Angela Denise Foundation is doing, and they want to play a part of it. They want to be a part of it, but you've also got to make sure that you maintain good, good documentation, right? Um, especially when you get donations. So that is something that you have to have and be prepared for is document. Like prime example, that 10,000 plus in donations that wasn't monetary in funds, right? It wasn't in cash. It wasn't liquid cash. It was items. So I have to go in and get a cash value of all of these items that were purchased and brought in to us because they were all new. Um, and have to allocate that information because guess what, when I do my taxes for 24, that those are things that will have to be reconciled for tax purposes. So just know that documenting board meetings, a good board, being financially having the right people around you for financial purposes, like the right accountant, someone that knows about the nonprofit organization, someone that um, has has a history working with nonprofit organizations can better help you position yourself in this space, especially in this space as an ILF owner and operator to not just do that, the housing, but to also start adding additional features and different opportunities to what you're doing and programs that you'll serve your community with. All right, Derek, I think it's time. Can we get some drums? Can we get some horns? Can we get something? Right? We made you all wait because we told you I sent out mass messages in all of our private personal groups to let everybody know that y'all better get in here because we got some news, we've got some beans to spill. And I'm gonna let Derek share the first one. Which one is that? What you gonna share first?
Whichever one you tell me to, because if I say one guitar, you know she gonna change it. So I better just ask. Say which one do
Let's
you
start
want me
at
to
HRA.
change?
Let's start at HRA.
Right. So usually, guys, if you're new to us, welcome. But if you're older to us, you know that every Saturday we kind of cater this room to teach people how to do what we do, housing the homeless and the displaced, but without needing the property. So every Saturday for probably the last year or more, we've been teaching guys how to become a housing referral agency, meaning that you can still do what you see on these pictures. You can house the homeless and the displaced, but you don't need the property. We teach
Right.
you how to leverage other people and become a referral agent. And you're still able to get paid, make an income and an impact in your community through the referral of people. But we're kind of ending that now. But not in terms of ending the teaching of it. It's just that every Saturday we won't only solely teach that. We're going to move it more so to the and I will admit, a lot of these newer things, guys, are coming from you all. So I've been asking, and Shay's been sending out surveys and
Surveys.
stuff. So we've been listening to you all. So what my coach is teaching me to do, Derek, don't just give people what you think they want. Start asking them what they want. So a lot of what we're doing in 2024 are coming from you all. So a lot of people, I probably had 15 strategy calls last week, and that's a
Yes.
kind of high for us. That's a lot of calls in just
In a
1 week
week,
of people that are interested. But it's a lot of people that are wanting to do something more meaningful with their real estate. And a lot of people that are moving from the Airbnb, like Uriah talked about, or people that just realize now is a great time to get into it. And Derek them teaching this whole shared housing model. But what we're doing now, a lot of people have been asking us, Derek, what is the down service or what is the next level under the ILF Mastery Blueprint? And we kind of really never had one, right? Other than the MSI group coaching that we've done quarterly from time to time and other things that we've split up.
Right.
We now are in the middle of, and is almost done, creating the
IMB.
do you call it a program or do you call it a coaching?
No, let's call it what it is. The IMB DIY.
IMB DIY.
IMB.
So a lot of people back to how, because see, it's so new, guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to explain it. So basically, if you can't afford the one-on-one coaching or you don't think you need it, we got to do it yourself now.
Yes.
So it's literally all of the products in terms of what we have. We give it to you, and now it's a done.
Do it
yourself.
And
there's going to be a community that's tied to it that's going to be offered for a chance for deeper learning, such as like group coaching. But to make a long story short, because as y'all see, I'm struggling trying to explain it. Instead of, again, just say, man, I got to wait on Mondays and Saturdays to hear about this from Derek, because I can't really get that coaching yet. We got to do it yourself version now, guys. And it's going to be crazily priced. Because a lot of people asking me, Derek, what you got cheaper than that, man? It kind of give me the same thing, but it's not the same thing. So I'm giving y'all everything. And Shay gonna help me explain this, y'all. But you guys get everything that we have in terms of how to do it, but it's going to be more of a do it yourself with the option of being able to still actually be a part of the VIP community. And everybody always asks us about our paperwork. We never give our paperwork outside of the ILF Mastery Blueprint or maybe a master class. This is the only time also where we're going to give the paperwork with it. So Shay, am I explaining it right, Shay?
Yes. And I wanted to say this as well. The reason why, right, is because Derek is very big on teaching people the way he likes to be taught. And that's that handhold. So we had a real listen, y'all. We had heated fellowship this week.
I think, Shay, the people want to hear from me.
They
want to get it from me. They want me to hold their hand. Everybody don't need that.
If you're gonna let me be your strategic, if you're gonna let me be your business strategist, you're gonna listen.
Yep, that's okay.
And if I gotta bring in my reinforcements, I'm gonna bring in the reinforcements. And the reinforcements was our amazing VA team. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jess, for helping me get this knucklehead to listen. But ultimately, that's what this was. Derek is so focused on making sure people get it. He wants you to get it. And that's by pulling you along, by him being beside you and going and growing. But at the rate that we are going and growing, it is, we find it a lot more financially, fiscally responsible for us to have a program that is do it yourself. You don't have there are people that don't need the hand holding, right? But they do need community.
Can I get the paperwork? Can I get the paperwork?
Right.
We get 25 calls a week just for people that want the paperwork.
But
and that was never offered, but now this will.
This also helps us prepare a lot more because it frees up some more time for us to build out the association. And that's all I'm saying is the association.
And those people also will be able to get into that. Otherwise, before you had to be an ILF Mastery Blueprint member.
Right.
But so even the DIY people will be able to get into it now.
We're just going to call it the association for now. People that know. But we're not going to go into great detail about that. But the association, it gives us time to now focus on getting that built out, getting it up and operational, because our community is asking for it. Technically, like our community here in Orlando, in Central Florida, is really asking for that association. So that's what we're doing with that. And then let me know if y'all are excited about that, especially if you are new to us. You heard about our $15,000 product. That will be something that is still available. But what we want to do is we know that there is, we look at the times, we look at the seasons, we see the financial difficulties in our community, but we also see that there are people that are willing and ready to assist the less fortunate. But if our ticket is 15,000 and they can't obtain it,
Yep.
you know, why not have something?
Or even that
gives them-
7,500, even when they apply the
Right.
scholarship,
Yeah.
sometimes that's still too much. So I and my team said, you know what?
we've
Let's
got-
make something more affordable for
Yeah.
people that say, Derek, I don't want you to hold my hand. Just give me all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I can do this at my own self pace. So that
Correct.
was kind of the main reasons why we did it, to give more people an opportunity to get into it at a more fiscal or more affordable
Yeah.
cost. And we're also going to tell you the cost before we move on from it.
Do
And
we
Shay,
have to find?
Shay, I think Tara
No,
built
don't
it
do it.
and it says
Don't do it.
coming soon, I think.
Don't
I
do
think
it,
it's
'cause I
there
don't
already.
know. I don't know.
I think Tara did it.
Y'all see, we
So
doing
I
something
haven't
without
even
the
looked.
approval of boss.
But we're also going to
Boss
tell
gonna
you
whoop
guys the cost. So guys, I'll even give just a little teaser. Guys, it's lower than half of the cost of the scholarship price. So think about that.
Lower than half.
The
of
scholarship is only
That's not bad at all.
7,500, and half of 7,500, I think, is what, 35? I don't know.
I think
Guys, it's lower than that. So again, this is going to give everybody an opportunity to get into it, because Shay is serious, y'all, about
It
building.
is listed.
See what I'm saying? So we'll drive them there in just a second. But you all have been asking us for a long time. A lot of y'all call about the paperwork, and a lot of y'all want these crazy, stupid sales. But this one, guys, is so low. We expect for this thing to go out of control in a good way. And like I said, it's also going to give an added bonus of actually being a part of the VIP community, to where you guys can still get the ongoing coaching. And right now, we're still deciding whether we build a community of just you all, or do we actually let you inside of the original ILF Mastery Blue Print group coaching.
Some of my IMB
So-
members, what y'all think about that?
But I'm excited, Shay. I hope these people really understand what we're doing for them.
Pause, timeout. So what happens to the HRA?
It's involved in it. Do they know that?
No, because remember, I thought we were doing something else with the HRA.
You better tell me then, because we live.
I thought the HRA was going.
Not really. The
No?
HRA was just going. You always need the HRA.
I
thing.
know, but I'm
Watch
talking
us
about as a
brainstorm this
standalone.
live, y'all. So
As
we're
a
going to show y'all
standalone.
how we do. As a standalone, no. But it will be a part of that DIY, because I want them to know it all, Shay. I want them to know how to house the people.
Right. No, I know it's
And
part of
also
the
how to
DIY.
still be the referral agent, because
yeah.
Shay, everybody that buy this package won't have a house day one.
Oh no.
So they'll
Absolutely.
still be able to implement the DIY HRA by itself.
Exactly.
So instead of them paying $19.97, meaning a little under $2,000 just for the HRA, that's going to be a part of this. Shay, they
Right,
still
that's
get a
what I'm
virtual
saying. Okay,
assistant.
perfect. Okay.
And you brought up, do we build their website? We still talking about that. So guys, Katara think it's going to be good. Katara, I think it's going to be good for a lot of people. Yeah.
I agree.
Because again, the cost of it and what it is, you get everything other than me. So when you say, well, Derek, what's involved and what's not? What's the major difference between the two? And if I'm explaining this just right, the only difference is you don't get me live. I'm not in your back pocket the way that I'm in Katara's back pocket. The way that Tiffany could just call me every day, that's not involved in it. But that's why it's called do it yourself. But all the paperwork, you still get the virtual assistant. You get the VIP community. You get every ebook, every curriculum. A lot of y'all ask me about this book all the Derek, how I get the property. How I get the property, Derek. Not only do I give you the teaching on how to get it, because guess what's also involved in that MSI group coaching that was 6 weeks long.
Ooh.
So the 6-week group coaching from the MSI, that's over 3 hours long each week. That's over 18 hours of content, y'all. That's 6 hours, 3 hours every time. That's over 18 hours of content.
So Derek, I'm gonna tease you real quick, so you can't say Derek can't say no more. I don't just give you a whole bunch of videos and courses.
For that one, I am, because it's do it yourself. So Shay, did they also list the price? Because if they did, I'm gonna announce it.
It's there.
And it says coming soon.
Yes.
Perfect. So guys, for the low,
Hold on.
very affordable.
Wait, hold on.
You gonna show it to them?
Yeah, let's just add it to.
Just have fun with it.
Let's have fun.
Because this also counts for a lot of people that want to get into this, and you couldn't afford that 15 grand or the 7,500. This price gonna blow your mind, and we still offer the financing
1,
for it.
2, 3, coming now.
Bam.
Boom.
There it is. So the ILF Mastery Blueprint, do it yourself. Wow, my team did a good job of that, right? Because guys, I can't build this stuff. ILF Mastery Blueprint, do it yourself.
Oh, there's Joanne.
Oh, that's a small print.
We have to get them to make that bigger.
Yeah, I want to make that price big and bold. $24.97.
Yep,
So
this
guys,
comes
for
with a
under
lot of power.
$2,500, you get all the paperwork. You get a complimentary virtual assistant, every ebook, every curriculum, all the courses, and the VIP community for a complete do-it-yourself version of the ILF Mastery Blueprint.
Just so.
And including the new book that my lawyer is doing the final touches on the copyright, I think it's the 12 dumbest mistakes I ever made in starting the ILF. That's a new ebook. You guys also get that the day it drops.
Dang.
Okay. So everything that we've ever created, guys.
Ms. Williams said, I'm in.
Guys, to me, it's a no-brainer. Because Shay, and I say this, Shay, not jokingly, I tell people this all the time. Even when we had the scholarship for $7,500, guys, the paperwork alone is worth more than $8,000.
Yeah.
For our lawyers to build that paperwork that we're going to give you to run this program, guys, it's over $8,000. That's how we advertise the scholarship for only the $7,500. So at the $24.97, you guys are stealing this from me. You're taking it from me at $24.97.
It's a lot of information.
And then you still can apply for the financing if you don't have the $2,500.
Just saying.
So again, I hope that helps a lot of people. I also want you guys to share this with your family, your friends, your loved ones, anybody that's been thinking about getting the ILF Mastery Blueprint and it was just too much. This was our idea to give back to people, because I'll admit, we laugh and we joke and we play a lot, right? But guys, we lost a lot in 2023. I lost family members. I lost my co-founder, Mr. Otis Forston, my brother. And I can go on and on and on. So we turned that into, man, you know what? For 2024, we're going to be an absolute blessing to people. I want to give, because Shay, so much was taken away from us. And I learned, and I know because of how God works, I will receive more if I continue to give. So because of, I'm going to say, the devil took so much from us, I'm not going to mad and pout and get all tight lip about it. I'm going to turn around and be a giver. So this is a way that we want to give back to people at only $2,497. So under $2,500 from the original $15,000. And the only thing that's missing is me as your personal coach for the one-on-one. But everything else you get.
Oh, wow. Bam. I'm so, we truly are sorry for your loss, Miss Selby.
Oh, wow.
Selby,
Oh, wow. Definitely sorry about that.
Yeah.
But guys, that's what I mean.
We
all have lost a lot. This goes for not just me. Obviously, Miss Williams has also been through a lot. But I hope this helps her get into this. And maybe we use those loved ones as inspiration of this new program. That's what Shay did.
I did.
You can lose your mom or your dad or your spouse and pout and cry about it, or you can build an initiative that will outlive you, that'll serve other people. That's what's so powerful about this. I tell y'all all the time, man, God and I got an agreement that I'm going to live until about 115 years old.
Come on now.
Now, I jokingly say that, but I'm probably serious too. But if I drop dead tomorrow, I pray that my program outlives everything that I ever imagined. Meaning the day I leave this earth, I want my program to keep running through somebody, my children, my family. If I go before Shay, hopefully not. I hope me and Shay go together, holding hands in the bed together at 115. But if we don't, Shay need to continue this thing, because this is bigger than me. It's bigger than Derek. When we started this, God had other people already in mind. Just like the guy house last Friday that was sleeping in the garage for $850 with tires, equipment, and 103 degrees, sleeping in the garage. God already had that guy on his mind when he had me start this. Go ahead, Shay.
Miss Williams said, I'm taking back what the devil stole from me.
That's it. That's it.
Come on. He's gonna regret the day.
That's it.
He will regret the day.
You got to build something that outlives you.
And I just wanted to share what you just said, Derek, because I think a lot of people don't realize, Otis is no longer with us in body. But guess what? Noah's Ark is
Come on,
still
talk
doing
about
its
it.
thing.
Talk about it, Shay.
You said it.
How, Shay?
Keosha, his wife.
Who's
listen,
Keosha?
His wife.
Come on, Shay. Talk about it then.
She's carrying the torch.
Yep.
Y'all, a lot of y'all that moved with us over from Clubhouse, some of y'all, got to hear Keosha speak. You got to hear and encounter her with all of the things, but you never really heard her talk from the housing standpoint. It was Drop 50, it was BNS, Business Navigations and Solutions.
Yep.
But now her main focus
She's an ILF guru now.
She's an ILF guru. And guess what? She'll be like, hey, coach.
Forced
I need
into
you,
it,
coach.
so to speak.
And that's what it is. Like, we're her coaches. So she calls there, hey, coach, I just want to give you an update this week.
We talk probably two times a week now. All the time.
But guess what? You want to hear something? You want to hear something funny though, guys? Like, want to hear something powerful? You all always ask the question, how is it to house men as a woman? All of Otis's houses had male residents except for one that was co-ed.
Yep.
One is co-ed. And can I tell you, we had a call with Keosha the other day, and me and Derek laughed so much. One of the residents loves Miss Keosha so much that he will call her every morning. How you doing? Are you okay? The house is doing good. I just wanted to check up on you. She said, my boyfriend stopped calling me because he got a girlfriend. So you see the shift in dynamic, and she's just, you can tell, like, it just talking to her, this housing thing, the thing that Otis left behind, the legacy, the work, the good work is what's keeping her motivated and pushing through a time of despair. And that can be just hard for anyone. And just to hear her laugh because of some of the things that the clients say to her, the things that some of the clients have done for her in this transition, it's beautiful. And these are male clients, guys.
Yeah.
These are male clients that honor her. They honor her because of where they are, how they're positioned, how they're living. And it's just a blessing.
Yeah. And from a standpoint of, guys, y'all know that was Otis's baby, Noah's Ark housing. So Keosha really wasn't involved in it. So the way that me and Shay do this together, even though we have our own programs, Keosha helped Otis when needed, but that was Otis's baby. He loved it. But guess what? When Otis left this earth unexpectedly, I became her coach immediately because she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what this was per se.
Right.
No different from when I first started and I dragged Shay into it.
Yeah, it was like,
and we're going to be talking about that. So you guys are going to be hearing from Keosha probably sooner than you think in terms of what do you do when given this business, this legacy that was left to you. So Keosha is a female that is doing this from, you might as well say, from a zero standpoint of the knowledge of it.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm teaching her this model and she's already got probably 5-6 houses, 40 clients.
Yep.
So guys, this can be done, right? So let Keosha be an inspiration to each and every one of you here. And again, we've gone so off topic today that I still wish that this has touched you all in a way that maybe we haven't touched in a while. And we got a lot more. No, Shay, probably 2 more.
Oh.
So we still got more information coming. At this point, I'm going to ask you guys to share the room with anybody that loves real estate, with anybody that loves helping people, and they want to combine it together. Real quick, if you just joined us, this room is about teaching you all how to start your own housing program, and the inside of it going to look like this. We even have ebooks that show you how to get the house, which is that book. But if you've been around us a while today, you heard us release just 4 minutes ago a brand new independent living facility mastery blueprint, do-it-yourself version. And we've never had that. It was always either the 15 grand or the 7,500 on scholarship, or now the do-it-yourself version, only $24.97. So again, guys, that's an absolute no-brainer. Thank y'all so much for being here. And the highlights of what this is again today, you don't need a license. It doesn't require you to own the property, and you don't have to be a nurse. No sprinkler systems, none of that. You can go out and rent or lease your first house to get started.
So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available. Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro? David, remember the reason why we don't need a license, because remember the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I joined the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it. And bro, don't think I ain't listening, because I am listening. But where can I find more information like this at, man? Because I really want to get started, man. David, if I were you, I'd follow Derek Forston on Facebook and TikTok, and then I'd follow Forston Consultants on everything else in terms of Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, really slowly, David, because you're hard-headed. I'd follow Derek Forston at Facebook on his personal page. I'd follow him on TikTok, but I will also follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget, David. Hey, Dennis, man, I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do. I'm going to follow Forston Consultants on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. No problem, David. That's actually what I'm here for. And by the way,
Big shout out to David and Dennis, man, who's always
Oh,
giving some
God.
great dialect and also teaching you guys at the same time. What you guys think about David and Dennis, Katara? Give me some thoughts, guys, on David and Dennis. They're going to drop something to you guys every month in a form of a dialogue. But I want to know from you all, right? What do you guys think of that skit of David and Dennis? Then we're going to give it back over to Miss Shay. Miss Shay?
I'm excited to talk about this next opportunity.
Talk about it.
So, a lot of people have asked us,
Ask. A-S-K.
I'm telling you, like today is just one of those days. A lot of people have been inquiring. How about that? Can't mess that one up.
Telling you.
A lot of people have been inquiring about when is the next time when will be the next time you all do something in person?
Where's the next masterclass?
When's the next masterclass? So, with that being said, we have finally decided
that we are not having
a masterclass.
A masterclass. Sorry. But Shay.
No, you go for it.
But we will have a 2024 Independent Living Facility Conference. Guitar, we done grown up a little bit. Tiffany, we done grown up a little bit. Miss Angela, no more master classes. This is an actual conference now. And guess why, Janine? Because we own the phrase independent living facility. We got it trademarked. So why not do it that way? So again, let us know your thoughts. What do you think of it? No more ILF Master Class.
I'm gonna ask this. What y'all doing in June?
It's going to be in June, ladies and gentlemen.
Us here in Orlando, Florida. Let me know. Are you interested in visiting us in Orlando, Florida? This event is going to be completely different from our masterclass event. The goal is to really incorporate some amazing opportunities like ILF walkthroughs, like an ILF tour, opportunities to kind of just sit down and strategize with you all in a very intimate setting. You know how we are when we do these, when we were doing the master classes, again, they were intimate. The same goes for this. We don't want to oversell. We don't want to overdo it. We want our IMB members to definitely join us as well, because what we want for you all is a different perspective. The goal is for the IMB members. We're going to get in the weeds. Like we're going to do some completely different things.
And we're about 95% sure that it's going to be a 2-day instead of the usual 1 day.
Yeah.
And day 2 will be what, Miss Shay?
The tours and some strategy sessions.
Tour of
some
what?
breakout. Oh, of the ILFs. Y'all get to come and see the Maryland.
We're excited about that. We hope you guys are. Also, if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member,
another one.
we got some special stuff for you guys concerning that event, and we'll talk to you all about that privately. So again, if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, we got a special kind of a different invite for you all that we'll talk about privately.
Yeah.
And then again, out of all of you ILF Mastery Blueprint people, probably 4 or 5 of y'all will have another kind of invite that's going to be a part of that master class. So probably Tiffany, Katara, I don't want to get in trouble by saying names, but Angela, some of you guys that are just always around us and that are always ILF Mastery Blueprinting all over the place.
Exactly.
You guys are probably going to be a part of this event. So we're going to talk to you guys private about that. But like Shay said, for the last about 8 months or so,
Joanne,
you guys have been, Joanne absolutely
told me no for May. No, what was it, March?
We planned this around Joanne, so if Joanne can't make it, she fired.
Right.
Yeah, Joanne fired.
No.
Yeah, Joanne gonna be there.
So Joanne, June.
Joanne told us don't do it in May, so we specifically went to June. So Joanne don't start no problems, it won't be none. And what we're loving about it, guys, and I want to give all the details tonight.
Give a little bit of detail.
But the hotel that we usually do it in just went through a $24 million renovation. So anybody that came to the last one and you thought that was nice, Lord have mercy, you guys should see this place now. The food. Oh, don't forget, we also feed y'all.
Right. We
so
don't come cheap.
We're going to throw bougie events, nice events, chandeliers, and plated food. We don't give the box lunches and the juice box you got to shake up. You'll be drinking out of glass, eating from glass, and there'll be several courses. So we make it bougie. If you've never seen our pictures or been, it is an absolute treat.
This is a no-brainer, Ms. Williams. Mom Forston is always
she's the highlight. She's got to be there. Mom's the MC. Where's Tiffany? Tiffany here still?
No, I had text that before I told her, but I have been in text messaging with Tiffany.
Okay.
So she does know it. And she actually got the pictures. Ooh.
Yeah, Katara, all you IMB member people, like you guys don't have a choice almost. Like y'all gotta come.
If not, y'all gonna get suspended.
Yeah, you guys gotta come. Katara, I'll shut your whole website down if you don't show up. Shout out to Katara, South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man. So Shay, are you giving the actual dates or are we just saying June for right now?
I'm going to confirm the dates on Monday.
Okay.
Me and Derek were bouncing between 2 dates and we finally landed on the 2 dates. So we're going to go ahead and put them in at the resort. We will be sending out a survey this week. I think probably tomorrow on Monday as well, for everybody that is in our system to kind of get some information on you all. Like, man, this is a business. Oh, Miss Lisa, I love this. So when you take trips for educational purposes, you make sure you put all of that stuff. Put it all with your tax for your taxes, for that year's taxes. Absolutely.
Katara said, "Don't do me like that, bro."
Katara's
coming though. Katara's a part of everything that we ever do. So I'm not even worried about it. Katara actually may be working that day with us.
Yeah.
That's just how a part of this thing that she is.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably again, 4 or 5 of you all that we're going to probably also handpick. You guys are going to be a part of it. Probably.
Joanne ain't said nothing, but
Joanne coming.
Joanne.
Joanne, don't start that.
Don't make us come after
Katara, you see how Joanne do? Katara put "I'm there." Joanne put laughing emojis. All right, Joanne, don't you start. There won't be nothing.
Listen, I am so excited for this event.
Crazy excited.
The goal is to make this something that's really
first class, like always.
It's awesome. I will be getting information from those that do want to make this more of a vacation because we will have a room block with specialty pricing. So in that, I think I'm gonna have to have him modify that survey again. Ooh. So that we can make sure you get the specialty pricing throughout your whole stay. So there will be a lot of dialogue about this upcoming event. I am so excited. I think I got more excited when we went to the location.
When we went. because we didn't know until they told us that. They said, yeah, we just went through $24 million of a renovation.
No, we knew they were going through
We just didn't see it,
We
though.
just didn't see it.
Guys, everything in this place has been touched. Just like the rehab Shay's doing right now onto her property, and she touched everything. Everything from the carpet to the ceiling in this hotel has been completely changed. So we're excited about that. The menu is even more expanded, and tons of people in this room can tell you about the food. So we don't play about that, right?
And can I tell you, like they still honored, because we've done consistent
relationship.
Events, they've honored our old pricing.
Yep.
So I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, Derek, do you see what they are doing for us? But again, it's favor, and I know it's time for us to get back together. The goal is to have some special guest to come and no, you are not.
He missed the big news already.
So yes, Miss Lisa's right on board. Come on, Miss Lisa.
Yep.
Yes, we will have affiliate links for this event, and you all will be able to sell to your friends. So you'll have your own platform to sell these event tickets as well. I'm excited, y'all. I cannot wait to see.
I can talk about this for another 2 hours. I'm super excited.
Again, this is going to be a new experience for us, as this will be the first event without Otis. So that's looking a little different. I'm a little nervous because y'all know I usually play the tech role, and that will be different for myself.
More of a speaker role now.
That will be different for me. So I'm using the YouTube lives to get my feet wet, I guess. But I'm excited, and I'm super excited.
I'm excited to see a lot of the people that we've never met in person.
Oh my goodness.
That was the highlight for the first masterclass. Like, you see a Katara on Clubhouse, you see a Tiffany on Clubhouse, you will see a Dornico profile picture maybe on the YouTube, but man, there is nothing like when we come together and we meet and we hug and we shake hands and we laugh together, we cry together, we pray together. Most importantly, we learn together, make money together. So a lot of you all, even from that last class, close your eyes and think about where you are now. Katara, Tiffany, think about where you are now from that first masterclass that you ever attended. Katara, when you didn't have a house, no clients, no virtual assistant, no business name, no LLC. And today you're looking for your second and third property. That's what's exciting, to be able to meet you guys, right? A lot of y'all talked about even just having Joanne last week live on YouTube. Man, you guys love that. Can you imagine now meeting Joanne in person? So that she can tell you how she started this on her own with the coaching from us. And we laugh and we joke and we play, but I want to just say this point one more time. We always talk about somebody like Joanne, who's a single female, no boyfriend, no husband, no boo, in terms of what we know, right? Now, if Joanne changed it in the last week, she'll tell us. But as a single female, and she's housing people that will be homeless on the street without her. And her idea of her next ILF, she's going to move out of her personal home, go rent a place, and she's going to put ILF people in a home that she used to live in. She's going to get a rental property for herself. That's doing something that's bigger than you are. Not saying that all of y'all should do that, right? Consult with your family, pray to God, and get permission. But look at her mindset on that. Derek, I'm going to go rent me a place. Derek, it's just me. I'm going to get me a 1-bedroom apartment. Derek, I got a big old house. Derek, I can house 6 more people in here that will be homeless without me. Let's do that. Guys, God gonna honor that, man. When you think like that, because again, Shay talked about for 20 minutes of building something that will outlast you when you leave this earth. My brother left us in November, but his program is still going through his son and through his wife, Kiosha. That is beautiful. That's my dream. When I do go to heaven and pass away at 115 years old, I want somebody already to be taking this thing over by the time I turn 80. Because at 79, I think I'm still doing this. But by the time I turn 80, I'm chilling. But somebody else younger with more healthier blood than me at that point going to be running this program prayerfully. Because if not, I'm going to come back to hunt somebody. I'm going to be mad about it in heaven. I'm going to be like, God, you see what these guys doing? We built this thing and nobody trying to run it. So I beg of people that are listening, people that are in my family, Guys, let this thing go beyond me and Shay.
Yep.
And build something today, whether it's an ILF, a bakery, a consulting company, or you want to fry chicken for a living. Build something that will outlast you, that will take care of you, your family, and hopefully your community. This is a community thing, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, I'm not a pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. But the Bible says the poor and needy will always be among me. So this is why we go out and rent or lease a property and then now start a housing program from it. We didn't even do a lot of teaching today. Today was a bunch of information, motivation, and just conversation. But if you just joined us, please come back next Monday for some more teaching.
Monday, not next Monday. Monday.
Monday, I'm sorry, babe. Monday. But today was a lot of motivation, giving new things. A lot of new things are happening at Forston Consultants. The first one is our do-it-yourself kit. That again, if you can't afford that 15 grand, that 7,500, we now got something that's under $2,500 that gives you everything, including the paperwork and the virtual assistant for under $2,500.
And I might bless you with a website.
And Shay even talking about Shay, you know what? Maybe bless, because if you don't do it for everybody, maybe bless the first 10 people that get it. That the website also is on us.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So some kind of way you get everything that I've ever created of how to do this other than me. The ILF Mastery Blue Print, you get me as your big brother, your coach, your consultant. I'm in your back pocket. The do-it-yourself, you get everything that I provide, and you don't get me. And guys, that's a heck of a deal for a lot of people that's been begging for it. So for under $2,500, you guys can get all the teaching, all the coaching, all the paperwork, and I'm going to still give you your own staff. Most of y'all know that my staff is ran by virtual assistants. Tara is the executive, but Jess right here runs my whole program. You're going to have your own Jess now. Miss Shay, I land my plane there back on you.
I'm excited. Again, like Derek said, this was again, we do 90 minutes here. And today was just to, again, like Derek said it, to share information. Uriah, we will have all information.
IMB members actually will get it first.
Right.
So Uriah, don't even worry about it. You will be amongst the group that'll get this information first.
And that's because it'll help us build out day 2, which is the ILF, our ILF and VIP day that will really be, streamlining and detailing out. So keep your eyes on your community chat for my IMB family. Please, please, please. Keep your eyes on the community chat. Derek and I may go live sometime this weekend, even if it's just.
And we want all of you all to also be an affiliate of it. Oh Lord, Joanne, you. As long as I've been saying you don't have a boo, you better not bring no man up here to Florida.
She said she's coming to Florida to find her boo.
Oh, to find the boo. Oh, okay. I thought she said bring it. Okay, no problem, Joanne. You need a good Southern guy, Joanne, to help. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it.
Understand the word that comes out of his mouth sometimes, but I'm just saying.
Joanne, he gonna be loud like me. I'm gonna just tell you now. We all like that. Today was so fun. Thank y'all for allowing us to do this, because we find it fun to be able to teach and to have fun to be practical with you all as well. So Shay, go ahead.
April 4th.
What's April what?
April 4th.
Is what?
Isn't it going to be Founders Day, or do I have the wrong date?
You have the wrong date.
What's the date?
Co-Founders Day is April 5th.
April 5th. Oh, it was a day off.
So if you guys never heard us talk about that, and that was just I think released what it was just the other day.
We
just made it up. Yeah. So that was internal, Shay?
That was internal.
That was not live on a call?
Nope. That was a call with all of our VA team.
Well, let's say it right now then.
Yeah.
Katara, Angela, Janine, Miss Lisa, Joanne. Guess what April 5th will always be known as now? Right? That's Otis's birthday. So if you all could do me a favor, and this is a personal favor, right? You all should have by now, especially the IMB people, you all should know Kiosha, right? I would love if you all could go to her social media on April 5th and send her some love. That's going to be a tough day. It's going to be tough for me, but forget me for 2 seconds, right? I'll be fine. I want you guys to reach out and give Kiosha some love, either on social media, her DM, and just something encouraging to let her know that everything's all right and that we're thinking about her. But we're also going to make every year, starting this year, April 5th is going to be called Co-Founders Day in remembrance of my big brother, Mr. Otis Forston. And again, if you're new to us, you have unfortunately, you never got a chance to enjoy his talks. My brother was powerful. He
Yeah.
done this with a 9-to-5 job. So oftentimes, my brother taught from the standpoint of how do you keep your job and do this?
Yep.
I now got to start teaching that now because I
Gotta be
did have a
teaching.
job at a point and did this. But I quit, well, excuse me, I resigned my job and did this full time. So I now got to kind of play teeter-totter back on that because that was Otis's whole
Yeah.
spiel. How do you keep a 9-to-5 job and do this? Guys, I did it. But I thought I was cute and said, man, you know what? I'm making more money doing it. I'm gone. So I resigned. I quit. My brother, his nickname was called Double Up. Otis loved double and multiple streams of income. So he kept his job. We taught Otis how to keep your job and do this. But guess whose role that is now? That's back on me. Okay. So again, thank y'all. I can say that over and over because you guys have been with us for this whole ride. We appreciate it. And I just hope everything that we come up with, that you guys are able to take advantage of it. I hope that we're developing things that you guys are asking for. Coach O, thank you, Tara. That's what a lot of you all call him, Coach O. So again, if you've never met my brother, man, go back and hear some of the lives that were like months ago. My brother passed away in November. I'd say anything from October on back, you could catch my brother in some of that inspirational stuff. But April 5th, every year, we'll now celebrate that as Co-Founders Day.
One of our last his the right a couple of days before he transitioned, he came live here on YouTube. And I think that
In fact, it was that Saturday before he passed, I think. And it was a powerful room. Like we couldn't get Otis to shut up. Like we was trying to end the room.
And he came
Otis
on
kept
and he
on
was ready.
But now when you go back and hear it, it's like, wow, Otis was sending us a message, dog. So in fact, my team is putting some of that footage and we're going to be playing some stuff as a tribute on probably April 5th. April 5th, I think, ends up on a Friday this year. I think. Shay, tell me if I'm wrong. But whatever day it's on, I'm probably going to do a room that day.
Yeah.
So go ahead and set your calendar for April 5th. I'm not even sure what time yet. We're obviously always live on Saturdays, but because of where the 5th will fall and the first year of it being that, I'm probably going to go live. Okay.
Yeah, that is a Friday.
So if you've never heard Otis, you guys will be able to see and hear some of the content because him and I, some of you think that we sound just alike, so it'll spook you out. So don't get spooked out. I'm telling you now, Otis and I sound kind of alike. I'm just louder and more aggressive in his output of it. It sounds aggressive, but it's not. I'm just loud. Otis was more not so much loud, but just deep, and it was heavy weighted with content, like weighted and just heavy. A lot of people in this room that could tell you about that. But Keosha Forston is her name. Thank you for asking that. Her handle is just Keosha Forston. That's on Instagram and Facebook. She does have a business page, but I'll keep this personal to her. Yeah. So if you guys could DM or just send her love on that, to let her know that we're thinking about her.
Oh, right.
Because I'm not even sure if we told her yet. She's going to love that.
That is the day of the solar eclipse.
So bam. So Otis is kind of, got a major thing happening on his birthday, maybe.
We'll figure out a time, Miss Lisa.
But yeah, so again, man, just thank y'all so much for allowing us to be loose today and not be so formatted. We appreciate that. And I think we released all of the things except one thing.
What, there was something else?
It was one more, actually. This one may not be as exciting for the older people because it's actually going to be for newer people. We're actually, I've been fighting this for 2 years, y'all, and I think I'm going to do it. Every community that we've ever had has always been exclusive, and you had to be a part of something. For the first time ever, I think I'm going to create a free Facebook group. And it's probably going to be called something like Independent Living Facilities for Beginners. And that's where I'm going to allow beginners and people that have no clue what this is, a community for themselves to be able to still ask questions, learn more. And again, I want to cater my teaching to them.
Yeah.
8 people hit us up last week and said, Derek, I'm new to you guys, and I just found out your last 2 talks were great. But Derek, I need some of the beginning stuff. So I'm going to make this for beginners and people that are completely new to it. So look out for the Facebook group. I'll have links that you guys can share that with other people. But every community as of to date, whether that's Telegram, Podia, DFS, all these other ones, they're all exclusive and they're VIP because you guys are in something. Yeah. This was going to be completely free. There is no purchase necessary, and I'm gonna be blasting it on social media, probably starting within the next 2 weeks. So there'll be a free Facebook group for anybody that wants to start an independent living facility and just want some fresh information from the beginning. And if you got questions, no more waiting until Mondays or Saturdays or 2 days to get that answer. Now you got something that may be working 7 days a week. And again, Katara, Tiffany, Dornico, Joanne, Angela, Janine, a lot of you all, I want in this group as well to kind of help people, to show that people that we've taught it to, y'all know it too. So I shouldn't be the only teacher in that group. So anybody that's already an IMB member and you want to be a moderator in that group, I want to make that also happen. Because eventually, guess what happens after being around me for about 2 or 3 years? You become a coach. Katara, you never knew that, did you? Katara, one day you're going to be a coach in South Carolina doing this, okay? And it's going to start with this Facebook group. So think of the bigger plan, IMB people. It'll start from the Facebook group of you guys helping me teach it and commenting when somebody got a question. But one day, I pray, and everything I pray concerning this always comes true.
Yeah.
We're going to get so busy with the teaching, I'm not going to be able to go to South Carolina to teach 50 people, but Katara will. Tiffany, I'm not coming to Oklahoma to teach a group of 200 people, but Tiffany will. Because one day we're going to be so busy, South Carolina going to want me, Miami, New Jersey, New York, California, Dade City. I can't be in 10 places at once. I'm going to create coaches around you all, Uriah. So the better you guys get in it, y'all didn't even know this day one, but now you do, because most of y'all are internet second year, third year. You never knew this, but now you're going to be a coach in your respected area through us. Congratulations. Uriah never knew that, Shay. So I think that's the last announcement for today, is that we will have a wide open free Facebook group. And this is going to be catered to new people, or especially for people that's trying to open up a group home and you couldn't. Or you try to start an Airbnb and you couldn't. You try to start a housing program and you didn't know where to start at. So it's going to be kind of for newbies. And as you guys learn and grow and get bigger and better, you'll graduate from that group eventually, maybe. Okay? So that's the last announcement. I'm done.
Ooh, it's a lot of news today.
A lot of news today, man. Today was different. Did you guys like today?
So Derek, here, for those that don't or are not a part of our mailing list or are not in our system, please, and you want to get updates, you want to get information on these events, everything that's happening, make sure you text new to 407-326-0086. Go ahead and fill out that contact form, because when you text that, they're going to give you a respond with a contact form that will allow us to not only send you this information, but it'll also give you a free gift from us here at Forston Consultants. We want to make sure that you are in our system so that you can get updates on these events. We want to make sure that you are the first to know, like those of you that are here today, to get those updates, and so that you can help gear some of these opportunities and these events. A lot of times we take your input and insight to help make our events great, because we want to make sure that you're having a great experience, not only just the information, but the camaraderie. So you all help us to kind of develop those things by the questions you ask. The information that you are requesting will help us to direct where we will settle in those conferences. So I'm looking forward for you all to receive a survey that will have some questions in it regarding, do you want to be an affiliate? If so, we will initiate that process of having you become an affiliate, where you can post this and have other people come to the event and you get a commission. So like I said, the pricing is going to be will be announced, as well as a concrete date, so you all can go ahead and start booking those tickets and those flights, and
absolutely,
or however you're gonna come.
If you gotta travel, man, go ahead and put the month of June as like, hey, I'm busy. Yep. Oh, and just to give a little bit of a disclaimer, without giving false dates, we're looking at the end of June.
Correct.
So nothing probably within the first 2 weeks of June. Correct. So just kind of move that. So leave this room today knowing June, somewhere between the end, probably the 15th onward. Correct. Leave that blank.
Yep.
Save that for your family. And we always tell people, especially when we have them in Orlando, make it a vacation. Don't just come and get the info. You're coming to Orlando. You'll be by Universal
House of the
Studios
mouse,
and
literally.
all of that stuff, all of these theme parks, water parks. It's going to be hot. So make it a vacation. Most people, when they come, they love it for to be in Orlando because they
And
can bring their
listen,
family.
Not only that, the fact
Yeah.
that we like, if we know, I'm going to put your intended time of stay in that survey, because that way we can actually get those rooms for you at that same discounted price. Summer is a high season for Orlando, and the pricing is looking really good at this amazing
Yeah.
resort. Like their rooms, oh
They
my
gave us an amazing
God.
discount already, guys, and all of the rooms are brand new. So I'm going to
Brand
brag
spanking.
on this hotel like I owned it, because I've already walked through it, and I can tell you every room has been touched and completely brand new.
Renovated.
So again, if you stayed
Completely.
last year, it's 10 times better than that because everything's brand new, even the carpet. So
Like everything.
it's
They
it's
literally,
crazy.
Derek, they took away our classrooms, y'all.
That junior suite, talk about that junior
The
suite,
junior
Shay.
suite is boss. Like Derek, that's the room I want for.
Let's
we
post the
stay.
pictures next week too, Shay.
I'll
Today
give him. I'll
Saturday,
send
Monday.
them to Alex and have him.
Let's
put
post
them on
those
the
pictures
slideshow.
Monday.
But yeah, the junior suite, I think we need for us.
I want it.
Because it's so
done.
much. Because when we come, y'all, we come carrying a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff.
So we definitely need the junior suite. But it's beautiful. The renovation looks amazing.
Yep.
We should see if we can get the rooftop lounge for the night of, when everybody comes in and have like a mixer or something.
A mixer. I like that.
But
Actually, let's do a soft check just right here on YouTube. Obviously, we'll send out thousands of emails probably Monday, but just as a soft check, who in this room right now would say yes, that you would want to be part of the 2024 ILF conference? Put in the chat just kind of right now.
Yes.
And also put that if you know anybody else that will want to come, meaning your spouse, your business partner, or your cousin or somebody else, right? Just go ahead and put in the chat now if you think this is something that you would want to come to in June.
There's Tiffany. We've been looking for you, girl.
Tiffany's here?
Tiff, I sent Tiffany the pictures, so I cheated. Cool. Tiffany has the pictures. Yeah, okay, I sent Tiffany some of the pictures. I think Tiffany
I did. Said, I'll be there.
Perfect. Or did I say I was?
Miss Williams, perfect. She'll be there. Angela be there. Perfect.
I can't wait, y'all. I am so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited.
I can't wait to see
and because it's going to be different too, right? So our normal master classes is all us, just Derek. But this one, we're gonna bring some other people in, right? And some other stuff to make it work even better and faster in terms of what you're doing. And we've never done that. I've always kept the focus on us, but we're adding different people from different genres of what they do to help you get into this faster. Case managers, social workers, real estate agents, tax lien, tax deed, that kind of stuff, right? So Skeptical says, I'm interested but need to watch the playback. No problem. Absolutely. There's also a brand new webinar that we want everybody to watch. So if you're super new to this, we literally just did a brand new introduction webinar, and you guys can sign up for that at forstonconsultants.com/webinars. So again, if you go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars, you guys can literally see kind of what this is in a more structured format. Your next step after that is to set up a strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how can we get you started. Because now every strategy call starting Monday, I'm going to be offering people three things, one of three things. Either you want the ILF Mastery Blueprint, you want it the new do-it-yourself ILF Mastery Blueprint, or will you come see us in June? So a lot of people are going to have choices in terms of what they want to do. I'm going to encourage a lot of people, man. Some of y'all should do both. Get one of the coachings, but still come to the event in June. Because what we're talking about, and we'll continue discussing Monday, anybody that becomes an ILF Mastery Blueprint member starting Monday and forward, you just come to the thing automatically. That's going to get your ticket already waived. So if you get the ILF Mastery Blueprint,
not the DIY,
but the ILF Mastery Blueprint, that's going to stamp your ticket to the ILF conference in June. Let's get a word from David and Dennis, and we'll be right back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forston Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forston Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forston Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
All right, let's keep it moving. Miss Shay, back on you.
Yeah, I do want to so people I know people are probably going to be asking the question that, and I do want to this is something that we would discuss more often. When it comes to the comparison and the contrast of the ILF Mastery Blueprint DIY and the ILF Mastery Blueprint. There are a lot of things that our ILF Mastery Blueprint people do get access to, especially because this is a one-on-one, in-person, connected by the hip kind of hand holding product, i.e., verifications of who you are to landlords. That's something that we do. If you have a landlord that needs certain information, we do vouch, we do step in and make that verification on your behalf. There are things like the in-person assessments, needing us to join you with meetings, needing us to be a part of certain community events you may be having or preparing to go to. That's a part of the ILF Mastery Blueprint.
Give an example of what Angela did yesterday.
Yeah, so like yesterday, Angela had a meeting with she made this contact. This is her meeting. People. It was over 17 people on a Zoom meeting, and we took part in that with her. So that support system, being there to support you, to even speak of the houses that, what's happening with the ILF, what's happening with this industry. We come in and join those meetings we joined that meeting with Angela. And that is because she's an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, not DIY, but an ILF Mastery Blueprint member. So we allocate that time in our schedule to be a part of things that you need us to be a part of, whether it's coaching you up to prepare for that thing or being available for that thing, right? Whether it's virtual or if you give us enough heads up and say, hey, I'm having this event in wherever you are, and I would love for you all to be there. If you give us the appropriate time frame and we're available, we're going to be there. That's the goal in the ILF Mastery Blueprint that is not going to be afforded to the ILF Mastery Blueprint DIY, because that is all do it yourself. We're just giving you the blueprint and telling you to run with it, right? Whereas the ILF Mastery Blueprint members, they're going to always be first in getting information, updates on things that are happening. They will be our premier housing providers in the association. They will be those people that we rely on and lean on when it comes to when we build new relationships in different states. They will be the first that, like, prime example, if someone calls me with an inquiry for Oklahoma, I'm not going to go to Sally Sue, who took the ILF Mastery Blueprint DIY. I'm going to go straight to Tiffany. There will be things in that look completely different. And even from an association standpoint. So as we build it, you will see the difference, and as we continue to talk about it, you will hear the difference in the two products. The DIY is exactly that: do it yourself. And that's where it's going to differ.
And the cool thing about the do it yourself, there still would be an option to be a part of a community. So even when you have questions, the cheat code is that this is now turned into group coaching because you're a part of the community. So if you guys really think about what you're getting for only the $24.97, it's a no-brainer. Think about it. You get all the material, all the paperwork, all the teaching, all the coaching, all the curriculum, all the ebooks, but you don't get virtual assistant per se. But you don't get me. But the cheat code again is that if you got a question once you're in that community, you kind of get me. So that's the cheat code of turning that now into your group coaching, because now you're in that VIP community.
Yep.
And again, that's also going to be a super low cost to be a part of that community. They'll probably share more of that probably on Monday.
Yeah.
But again, guys, to me, that's the cheat code for people that always wanted to get our
Right.
coaching, but maybe couldn't afford it, right? Or you just couldn't afford it. Let's just be real. The original price is 15 grand. The scholarship price is 7,500. And a lot of people have gotten that. But everybody for the last 3 or 4 weeks, a lot of questions. Derek, what's your next step under that? Derek, anything cheaper than that? Derek, you don't have a do-it-yourself? And I'll admit, after keep hearing that, if you're a good coach, if you're a good provider of information, you listen to what the people want. So my team, we built this whole package now that now I think Tara got it as saying coming soon. So it's actually posted. It's on our website. Coming soon. And all of these things are involved in it, guys. So again, the only difference, like Shay told you, you just can have me for one-on-one coaching. But if you're real smart, you get it, and then you get the community. And you say, man, you know what? I heard Derek what he said in this in this one thing that he sent me, but
I don't understand.
I still got to ask him a little bit more about that. Now, if you was an IMB mastery, you just call me. But with that one, but you still got a group now. You go to the group and say, Derek, on week 3, you talked about what did you mean by that? And boom, I come on now and shoot a whole video about it. And then again, if y'all are real smart, everybody that's in it, you guys work together and you're helping each other. So it's like you're forming this camaraderie. And again, Shay's decision Monday will decide, do you guys go in the original ILF Mastery Blueprint group, or do we build one just for you all that are doing the DIY? Shay will decide that. I'm not in that decision. But that's also would be a crazy deal, because when you get inside of the group, it's already content there. Okay. On top of the things that you may ask and just typing. Yeah. So to us guys, that's a no-brainer. So if you just joined us, the new news that we dropped today is that literally we have a do-it-yourself version of our ILF Mastery Blueprint for under $2,500, and the financing is involved in it. If you're also new to us, we just told you today, I don't even know if Tiffany heard this, but Tiffany, we are no longer having an ILF Masterclass anymore, ever.
Yeah, she says she's coming.
Oh, got it. She heard it. So for my new people, we are having the 2024 Independent Living Facility Conference. That's what it's called now. It's a conference now and not a master class anymore. Conference is bigger, better, and more robust with more information and more the how-to. And there will now be a day 2 to it, to where we also involve a real estate tour of an active ILF or one that we're setting up, or a property that we're fixing and flipping to be an ILF. Yep. Like the one Shay's doing right now. I wish the timing of that could have met this.
I know.
But if God is good to us, we're going to get another one and start fixing and flipping it to do this, and then show you guys how we done it, which includes giving y'all our lenders, the banks that we dealt with, and teaching y'all how do we do this whole draw system. How do I get 100% fix and flip? Meaning, if the roof costs 35 grand, I just got to come up with the money to do it. But they're going to pay me back. But most roofing companies will do it for free. No money down. And when they're done, inspector comes out to check it. Boom, they write you a check. You pay the bill. Yeah. So essentially, guys, you can do this with no money down. I heard that for a long time. Like, how do you buy a house, no money down? You kind of can if you know what you're doing. These are the things that we'll be teaching at this conference. All before I taught you how to do it, how to do it. Not so much, how do I get that property now? I did, but this conference will go deeper now on even how to get the property by bringing in more real estate gurus, people that are real good in real estate and how to get real estate in more creative ways. Yep. So that's what I'm excited about, Shay. I'm always excited about the food. We always feed people very well. Dessert, delicious. The salad, and the main dish. So again, if you love food, we beg you to come just to judge the food.
Wait,
because we almost guarantee
Don't judge it. Don't judge it.
We almost guarantee the food gonna be a slammer. Okay. Now,
I can't wait for the taste.
Now, for Ash, who just joined us, and for the other gentleman that just came in, what you guys probably missed earlier is that we're doing away with taking a Saturday and only teaching the HRA. We've now built an ILF Mastery Blueprint do-it-yourself version, and the HRA is inside of it.
Yeah.
So you still get it. So that's what we're doing, but no more Saturdays that we only just talk about the HRA. It'll kind of be mixing in like all of it together now, but we'll also focus on that DIY service now. So there's a lot of people that said, "Dear, I can't afford that coaching that y'all got."
Yep.
Well, now you can, because I got a do-it-yourself version now, and we still offer the financing. So Ash, again, that VIP group that you also will be a part of is going to be answering questions about the HRA.
Yeah.
And again, if you haven't watched that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com, make sure you definitely watch that. And then consider, because again, there will not be an HRA like product by itself now anymore. That's going to be involved inside of that DIY. And if you're real smart, that's better, because the DIY is only $24.97. So under $2,500. That HRA by itself, guys, was $2,000. So think about it. You get the IMB coaching, the complimentary virtual assistant, all the courses, all the ebook, all the curriculum, and a community for under $2,500. That's a no-brainer, ladies and gentlemen. Joanne says, I love it. You never cease to amaze us. Joanne, that's the way that I like to think of it too. Because we like to think of like when we offer stuff, I want it to be a no-brainer. I want it to be such a great deal on whatever it is that you don't even have to think about it. And again, versus paying $15,000 or $7,500, that $24.97, guys, is an absolute no-brainer. So if you guys went to forstonconsultants.com, my team has actually kind of built it and listed it, and it says coming soon.
And I just literally fixed
Yeah.
I made the size bigger on
Okay,
the price.
perfect. So Shay, can you re-show us that again, if you will?
Give me 2 seconds because I'm publishing it now.
Sure.
That's what I'm over here doing, messing with websites.
Tiffany, what's your thoughts on the 2024 The Independent Living Facility Conference? What's your thoughts on that, Tiffany?
I'm excited.
Katara, what's your thoughts on the rebranding of it, coming from a master class but going to now more so of a conference? Tiffany, Joanne, Katara, Angela, Ash, Uriah, what are y'all thoughts on that? Lisa? Because a lot of the decisions that we made this week literally came from you all. So I love, as a coach, to ask my audience what you guys want and what's your thoughts on what you think about what we're doing. I'm not a selfish coach, in other words. Like, I want you guys' opinion, because in my mind, if I don't cater our coaching to what you guys need, it's useless. Why should I keep coaching and teaching stuff that you guys have no clue? Like it's useless. So I'd rather ask you all, and here it is. This is the ILF Mastery Blue Print, do it yourself. So this is for the person that said, well, Derek, I don't need your one-on-one coaching, bro. And I surely don't want to pay $15,000 or $7,500. Well, now you get everything other than me for $2,497. Guys, that's an absolute no-brainer. And I encourage you to share it with your friends, your family, your church. Some coaches don't like to say that. I don't mind it. Share it.
This as well.
And you can be an affiliate of that and make money by introducing that to other people. Okay. One more word from our sponsor today, and I'm gonna give it back over to Shay, because I want Shay still to talk about that spa day again, just like nobody ever saw it. We'll be right back. Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show. All right, good stuff. And then one last announcement. We sent a special invite out to, I think it was a total of about 25 people for that special Easter Holy Week sale. I think you guys have about 5 to 6 more days left on it. So if you guys want that, make sure you do that. And also, I'm going to just announce what it was, right? Because after it's over, it's over. And because of
Yeah.
the DIY, it'll probably never go this low again. So again, we gave a special Holy Week sale that if you type the word Easter, in fact, I'm going to put I think I have it
The
here.
lower third. Yeah.
Yeah, Shay, if you can find that lower third for me, if you type the word Easter to 407-326-0086, the ILF Mastery Blueprint that's on scholarship for 7,500, typing the word Easter gets it at 5,997. So we sent that out to about 25 people. A lot of you all responded to that, and we appreciate that. But the rest of you all have about I think it's 4 to 5 days left on that. Not quite sure. I think you got it in your email. But if you're new today and you're just hearing it, we won't extend it. Now, you all won't have the same amount of time. But if this is something that you wanted and you didn't hear it, us mention it in the other room, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, is 5,997 if you type the word Easter to 407-326-0086. I think it's about 4 to 5 days left on that sale. After that, it goes back to the scholarship of the 7,500. And then I think for 2 more months, we'll do the scholarship. After the scholarship, and for sure, Shay, probably by the time we get to the master class, scholarship's done.
The what?
Oh, see, I slipped. The conference, not masterclass, conference. By the time we get to the 2024 ILF conference, scholarship's done. So it'll be back at that 15 grand, because that's why we developed that one for the 2,500. A lot of people are going to want that. But for the last probably sale that we'll ever have that goes below that 7,500, you're going to get that by typing the word Easter to 407-326-0086. And that's a crazy sale just to honor Holy Week and to say thank you for being around us and receiving the coaching. That's our way just to say thank you. And that's again lasting for about 4 to 5 days at only $5,997, under 6 grand, guys. So even with that, you're still saving about another 1,500 from the regular price of that scholarship.
Yep.
Other than that, Shay, back on you.
So the ladies spa day, you wanted me to talk about
I
that.
did. I sure do.
For those of you that are in the Orlando area, we are going to have an open house of the Angela Denise Foundation's new ladies location. Those dates, if you are interested in that, just do me a favor and text to that same number, open house. Just put open house. I will follow up personally because we do not have anything for that, Derek.
I know. Yeah.
So go ahead and just text open house to the number 407-326-0086. So that way I can pull you into the Angela Denise Foundation's system and send you updates on that date. So that will be on, I'm thinking the 12th through the 15th, I believe I said, but I don't have my calendar in front of me, so don't hold me to that. But I believe it is that week where we will be having an open house for this new location. We will be discussing some things on the renovation process. So if you have any questions of how, as an ILF member, as a nonprofit organization, where Derek and I able to kind of make this thing happen to where we now open and own our own property to have an ILF for a nonprofit organization. The reason why I said that is because you will get to see my new location for spa days.
Yeah.
My new
So
location.
wait. Once you get into something like this, housing the homeless and the displaced, Shay is getting ready to show you guys what you can begin to add to your program to add value,
Yes,
cohesiveness,
as a nonprofit,
and kind of turn it into family. Shay, now go.
So the annual Angela Denise Foundation Spa Day is usually something that we do every year. Trying to do it more frequently than every year, but looking for partners to help make this happen. We literally get together with people that provide services, i.e., Flow in Harmony. Flow in Harmony Spa. They came out and did chair massages for all of our ladies. And not only was it a chair massage, but it was a opportunity for reflection and like woosah. Like they all just got to relax and just.
And by the way, that's me getting my back massage too, y'all.
He couldn't.
Y'all know I wasn't gonna go without getting my massage.
Some people you can't take them nowhere. I'm just telling you, Derek won't be invited to the next one. No, I'm just joking. And then we've had opportunity to we kind of switch up what we do depending on who we have available. Our first spa day was pedicures, manicures, makeup. showing women how to get made up, to go out, but not be too much, right? But showing them
I
how to
like that,
show
Shay.
up.
Not too much.
Yeah,
Right.
how to show up for interviews, how to show up for day to day. That is what we did. Wow. I was going to say something, but I'm looking at that picture of me. Wow. But anyway, that is a part of the spa day. We just provide them with an opportunity to get together, to um, be ministered to be able to be pampered, to be made to feel well about themselves and who they are. And I'm just excited that I cannot wait for my to find out who my partners are going to be for this year, whether it's financial donations or if it's going to be the company that allocates their time. So the spa day is always something amazing. And when those companies come into the Angela Denise Foundation wanting to render their service, that is a tax write-off for them. They get that's hours donated or, services donated that I get to provide them. Yeah. Oh, I love my ladies.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
guys, again, man, this is what you all had the opportunity to be able to do. And this don't have to cost you any money, right? There's a lot of people that would love to render their services to a program like this. Shay has encouraged me now to start this at my men's house.
Yeah.
I want to get everybody a clean shave and a haircut.
Mhm.
Small things, guys, that could go a long way with these people. And as y'all know, I always say this: we laugh and we joke and we play a lot. But let's be serious for 2 seconds. Most of these women have never experienced a manicure, a pedicure. They have no clue what it means or how it feels to put makeup on their face. I'm going to show you videos probably on Monday of women that say, wow, is this me? Like, I know you just put makeup on my face, but is this me? Both of these women that you're looking at, guys, for the first time ever have had eyeliner, foundation, makeup, and done by somebody that was professional. Think about that. But how genius it is of Shay to get all of these people to render those services for free. The nail person came in, the petty person came in, the hair person came in, the makeup person was actually my cousin who's great at it. So think about that. People that will want to donate their time to something like this, to me, in my opinion, makes Shay look bigger, better, and look like, wow, Shay got a big heart. Why would she do that for homeless people? See how that just also helps with all of that and the camaraderie of the women.
Let them know.
Somebody asked us the other day, how do you keep all the fights down and the arguing?
Yeah.
Stuff like this. When they came in from big shout out to Flowing at Harmony. The first thing that Flo did when she showed up was turn on that humidifier with those oils, essential oils, soft music, and we opened with prayer. She began to speak life into these women. Guys, it ain't always about you. This is a team thing. Shay didn't have to preach that day. Flo did. Flo came and gave the word, the encouragement, read the poem, gave the petties and the manis and the massage. All Shay did was, again, provide this place for it to be done at. Just like the housing. She didn't build that house, but she provided the housing to work with social workers, case managers, and social service providers for the need of housing. No different from what Shay provided right here. Shay brought in Flowing with Harmony to do the hair. DNS Nails came and did the petty and mani. Ashley Nicole came and did the makeup. Look at that. Shay leveraged other people. I'm sorry, babe.
You said hair. They did massage.
I'm sorry, hair. No. Massage.
Massage. Yeah, I'm like hair.
But see how she leveraged other people to get what she needed done? And look at the responses of these women. Broke down in Shay's arms crying. Shay, I never had a massage before. This felt great. I had back pains and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Shay thought enough to say, man, you know what? Let's give these women more than housing. I got the housing down now. How can I pour into them more? Shay didn't need a license, y'all, or permission to go and hire a professional to render that service. And that got my big head self, because I had to feel it too, y'all, because I wanted to check it out myself. Now, Shay got one too, y'all. Don't get it twisted. Hers just didn't make the B-roll. But Shay is on there too. Again, women that have never had a makeover. Can you imagine that? And all of these women that day left and went somewhere.
Yeah.
And most of the time, they don't go nowhere. But that day, everybody got dressed up and they went somewhere. Shay also turned this into a pizza party. Mom Forston came and poured into them, prayed over them. These are the small things that you guys can add. Shay has a clothing closet. Shay's got a bunch of clothes that don't fit no more. Shay also gets donations of clothes from the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, and Matthew's Hope. That's how Shay is able to clothe these women as well. Some of these women don't have clean clothing when they come to you, but because of your clothing closet, you can do it.
Yep.
Back on you, Miss Shay.
That's it. I mean, I think we've done our time, we've shared, we've given information. And we look forward to you all again. If you are interested in joining us for the live event, if you are interested in coming to the open house, go ahead and text open house to 407-326-0086. Again, that number is 407-326-0086. And you can just put in open house and we'll let you come and see the location where our ladies will be, where we will be relocating or housing individuals and taking them from homeless to hopeful.
And also, Shay, if you don't mind, I would like to give anybody that's from YouTube or anybody that joins us live also first dibs on the conference in terms of getting the email first. So just like IMB people that get that first, anybody that's here right now live, and if you want that conference or you want to be a part of it, Shay, give them something to also add that, because that'll give us their email too, right?
Yeah, if they
Correct.
type in, because what we'll do is we'll communicate with them and send them a form.
Okay.
They'll need to actually just put
was it ILF conference maybe?
Just do conference.
Okay.
Yeah, if you type in conference, I'll know that that's what my team needs to reach out to you for. That way we know. So conference to 407-326-0086. So again, just type the word conference to 407-326-0086. And then we'll get your information and be able to send you out the information on our upcoming ILF Independent Living Facility Conference.
Absolutely. And for the person that asked again about the webinar, that's at forstonconsultants.com. And there's two of them. One to be the HRA and one that you actually want to get a property and run the ILF yourself. We recommend that you watch them both, right? Especially with the do-it-yourself service coming out very soon. You're going to want to know how to do both of those methods, because when you first start, if you don't have a house just yet, you can still implement the HRA. That's why I think the DIY is going to really shine there, because you're going to get both sets of coaching without having to pay the big ticket price.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. So Miss Angela, it looks like we're getting ready to close. And don't laugh at us, because I think we are going to really close this time. Yeah. I'm not going to look at the chat for any more questions. I'm just going to say thank you for being here. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be on these internet streets, but when you guys choose to be here, we super appreciate that. And again, just want to express our thank you. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility. My wife, Shay, has a nonprofit organization, and we do the same thing. Shay does it from a nonprofit standpoint. I do it from the point of an LLC. Shay is also going to create something that's either going to be a strategy call, an ebook, or something, because even a lot of footage of today of what Shay spoke about will go into something that would probably be as a package or a book or something, because a lot of that nonprofit talk today was great. Shay, you knocked it out the water today, babe. Congratulations on that. A lot of people learned things, including me. I'll never forget the first time I heard Shay say, Derek, I don't own this nonprofit. Now, me and you, Derek, we don't own this. I was like, huh? Yeah. So again, I appreciate you all being transparent and honest, and agree that a lot of things that Shay talked about, y'all also didn't know, which tells me as a coach, that need to be in an ebook. So shame on Shay if she doesn't write this ebook or creates the course. And it don't got to be real robust. It's some of the things, not always about what you know. Some of the greatest books I'll ever write, guys, is going to be the biggest mistakes I made, things that I should have done. That's going to be Shay's first book, in my opinion, of all the things that she knows now versus what she thought a nonprofit was. And thank y'all again for agreeing to a lot of the things that y'all also didn't know. That helps us create products and give y'all what y'all essentially need. So again, the next time that we'll meet here is Monday at 6 p.m. I love y'all. Y'all be great. Go to a place of worship tomorrow. Go tell God what you heard about today. Tell him you want to be in it. And tell him that if he love you, which he do, you will make it come to pass, because he's doing his will. So it's like putting a demand on God's word. God said that you should be taking care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. The Bible also says that the poor and needy will always be among us. We're doing our ministry and our part by housing them through real estate. So if you've never thought of combining real estate and social services together to do God's will, congratulations, because this is it. Again, guys, I'm not going to ever have a microphone probably and have my own church, my own pulpit where I speak to people in a church format, but this is my ministry. I'll always come every Monday, every Saturday, and every Tuesday to pour this game out to y'all. Now, unless my team changes the days, there will always be at least one day that I always give back to God and say, God, you gave this to me, and I promise that I'll teach it to other people. So here I go. So that's why every Monday at 6 p.m., I'm here. Every Saturday at 10 a.m., I'm here. And every Tuesday at 6 p.m., I'm here. That has nothing to do with y'all, but that's a promise I made to God. I said, God, you make it work for me. I'll share it all over the world, and I'll never take credit. That's what we're doing. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, I beg of you to do that. We want the support, and we want you to get the teaching. Also, follow me, and let's become friends on Facebook. I need more friends on Facebook because I want y'all to see what we're doing. So my name is Derek Forston. Follow me, and let's be friends on Facebook and TikTok. Big shout out to TikTok too, man. I'm not sure what's going on there, but a lot of people are finding us on TikTok now. That's cool. So Derek Forston at TikTok and Facebook, and Forston Consultants for everything else. So if you type in Forston Consultants on Facebook, we'll pop up. But the personal stuff, Derek Forston, that's at TikTok and Facebook. I want to receive 15 requests at least today for people on Facebook. Let's become friends. Then your job is to be nosy and just go all through my social media and be nosy about what we're talking about, what we're doing, and how we're doing so that you can learn it. Okay. And also become an affiliate of it. You guys be great, and we'll see you Monday at 6 p.m. Miss Shay?
I just want to say thank you all again. I look forward to sharing more information about our upcoming events and everything that we have going on. Thank you for allowing me to kind of share with you all my journey as a nonprofit organization founder and what that looks like. I love the fact that I got to share. A lot of people don't get to hear my story and how I came from corporate America into being my husband's right arm, right? Like literally being right here beside him. So
and then your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
like multiple steps.
Exactly. So it's always a privilege and an honor to share that. I'm looking forward to building out these events. I'm looking out to seeing you all and meeting you in person. Follow the Angela Denise Foundation, the Angela Denise Foundation, on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram. Facebook and Instagram. Follow us, see what we're doing. You'll get first knowledge of any of our events, the things that we're doing for our ladies, so you can see what we do in this housing model as a nonprofit organization, and what other things we're doing in the community. Thank you again, and don't wait to be great. Derek?
Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. You guys be great, and we'll see you Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Have you ever wanted to open your own group home? Were you told that you needed a license from the state? Were you told that you had to hire staff? You were probably told that you had to own the property, right? Let Forston Consultants introduce you to Independent Living Facilities, ILF, which are group homes that do not require a license, staff, and you don't have to own the property. At Forston Consultants, we walk you through the entire process of how to operate your own independent living facility. We don't just give you a bunch of videos to watch on your own, which could get confusing. Here is what you need to do next, in this order. Step number 1, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants for tons of secrets on how to start your own independent living facility. Step 2, sign up for our webinar at forstonconsultants.com to learn more about this great opportunity. Step number 3, purchase our best-selling book, How to Open an Independent Living Facility in 10 Easy Steps. Step number 4, contact us for your free consultation so you can quit your boring job in the next 90 days.
So Dennis, in this independent living facility model, right, which y'all call ILFs, what kind of residents can I house in this kind of model? David, that's a great question. And that's actually what makes the ILF model so great, is because it's flexible. So prime example, you can house military veterans, elderly adults, women that are escaping domestic violence, and the list goes on and on and on. So Dennis, where do you get your residents from? I see you guys on TikTok and Facebook, you guys getting all of these houses. Like, where in the world are you getting these people from? Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. Forston Consultants teaches us to use social media such as Instagram, Facebook to let people know who we are, what we do, but probably most importantly, who do we serve? And we do that very consistently. So every day, 7 days a week, there's something being posted about what we do and who we serve, but also building relationships with social workers and case managers. Again, letting them know who we are, what we do, and most importantly with them that we're available.
Dennis, how in the world are you able to do this without a license, bro?
David, remember the reason why we don't need a license? Because remember, the clients that we serve, they're independent. So that means that they can take their own medications, they can provide their own transportation, and they can cook and provide their own food. Dennis, man, you seem to know a lot about this independent living stuff, man. How do you know so much? Well, first of all, I graduated from Forston Consultants University, and I have a master's degree in independent living facilities. And I join the Forston crew every Monday on YouTube at 6 p.m. Eastern. They go live, and that guy Derek, man, he give the game away. So I'm always there. So Dennis, what in the world are the requirements to get started with something like this? The only requirement for this, David, is a big heart for God, his people, and the love for real estate. That's it.